welcome to Once Upon a Die. Hello everybody, and welcome to Once Upon a Die. Thank you for coming to join me this evening, as I'm going to take on another very, very cool Kickstarter game that is currently ongoing. I'll just bring up the box cover so you guys know what we're dealing with. It's going to hide me for a minute. We're looking at Star Scrapper's Orbital, coming out from Hexy Studio. This is designed, as you can see at the bottom there, by Jacob Fryxelius. If that name... Oops, that's the wrong thing to move. Let's move this. If that name means anything to you, that is... it will very possibly be because Jacob designed Terraforming Mars, amongst other games as well. But that's the one that I think he is probably best known for. And this is a new game from him, which I was very excited to see when it came up, because I'm a huge Terraforming Mars fan. And played it on the stream, in fact, a little while ago. That video has, I believe, yes, I haven't uploaded it to YouTube yet. Or rather, I've uploaded it, but I haven't released it, because I'm still inputting the Klingon subtitles with any rules goofs that I made and things like that. Which I will say, if you are now watching this on YouTube after the fact, please do turn on the Klingon subtitles. I will add any rules goofs that I make there so that I can be sure that you are getting, the correct version of the game. If you are watching this within the next couple of days, it's currently November the 16th, the Klingon subtitles may not be active because I'm going to throw this video up very fast to support the Kickstarter campaign, but I will get those subtitles up as soon as I can. So this, as I've said, is on Kickstarter. So you'll see up... wrong finger, always. You'll see up here the Kickstarter link, and it's also in my link tree, which is also up here, so you can go there and click on it. And it has 5 days to go at the time of this broadcast, so it is finishing on November the 20th. I should have checked what time. I have it open this time, because I pre-prepped for things I would have forgotten to do. It is finishing on, actually, November the 21st at 5:59 p.m. EST. So almost exactly 5 days from now. That would be 10:59 p.m. GMT. If you're in the UK. I may well have a couple of European viewers today, this being a European-developed game in a European studio. So yes, 5 days, almost exactly from right this second that it is being broadcast live. So if you would like to go and check out the Kickstarter, go and do so, and hopefully this video will give you an idea if that is something that you would like to do. I'm going to lose the box cover, and I'm going to shrink myself down, and we'll start talking games. Thank you very much to Hexy Studio for sending me a copy of the game to play for you today. I really, really appreciate that. Oh, one thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to zoom my camera in a little bit for part one of this stream. Actually, I'm going to bring myself back up a tiny bit. Just to let you guys know, there's going to be 2 parts to this stream because there are 2 solitaire versions of this game that come with it in the box. There is the peace version, where you are simply trying to beat a score, and there are bot players, per se, but all they are doing is accumulating points. They don't do anything during the game, and you are simply building and trying to build... Alright, that's what this game is about. That would have been helpful. We're building space stations, orbitals as they're called, in the Star Scrappers universe. And yes, in the peace version of this, the bots just accumulate cards to challenge you. They're a distant commercial competitor. In the competitive version of the game, you are playing against 2 active bots who will play against you, and they will interact with your station, you can interact with theirs, and so on. So I will be playing through this game twice, once through each version. Now I will shrink myself down. So as I said, we are building space stations. Or as I said, as the universe calls them, orbitals. This is our core module right here. This is what our space station looks like right now. It's the structural core module. One thing with this is, in order to really kind of show this game to its full scale, because it gets big fast, I've actually had to employ a second camera, because I can't be zoomed out and have you guys see what's going on. So I'm just going to bring up here in the top right hand corner a secondary camera. So I'm just going to show you this, and I need to get used to where that camera is, and I think that camera has actually frozen. So let me just reconnect to that. There we go. There's the card. So this is the structural core module. I'm just going to increase that just a tiny bit. Hopefully that will be okay. This is basically what this game is all about, is these cards. We have a gigantic deck of them here, which is a good-sized deck to work through. And these are our core modules, and this is an example of a non-core module. So those are the two kinds of cards that we'll be building into our space station. And you build it all around this, and you can see, if I just tilt this in over the top for a minute, you can see that there are connecting points where these arrows are. There are 4 of them. There are 2 on that side, 2 on that side, and none on the bottom. You can see that clearly here. Exit points there. And you can build off any of those points. You'll notice on the military command module that I've placed here, there's a little double arrow facing in, and then 3 points here, here, and here, where you can build away from with arrows pointing away. The double arrow that's pointing in, you have to connect that point to the exit point of another module, and then you can build off any of the exits that are there. So you get this kind of, it's like a pipe game. You get this sprawling mass of modules that are built off your space station. And you can indeed block them off. You can get modules... oh, perfect. I just picked one at random and I got one. You get modules like this one here, which has an entrance and no exit. So once you build that, you've sealed off that chain of pipes. And at that point in time, you cannot build any further down that path. You also are not allowed to seal off your space station for obvious reasons. You kind of can't play the game anymore once you've done that. There is a module that lets you rearrange your entire space station. I haven't actually ever used that yet in any of my... I've played a full playthrough of the peace game and a half playthrough of the competitive game just to kind of get a feel for it before I did this. And I didn't actually use the robotic arm, which is the module that lets you completely rearrange things. But I guess if you accidentally sealed yourself off, you could use the robotic arm to change things around. But I can't remember right now if it says in the rules. I know the bots in the competitive version aren't allowed to seal themselves off, but I don't think you are either. Anyway, I'm going to take the structural core module and place that right here. There are 6 core modules in the game, and everybody starts with the structural core module in place. You can then upgrade to one of the others if you wish, and they all do something a little bit different. To get you an idea of some of the symbols that are on these cards, I've got a nice selection here. You'll notice that these have titles in 2 different colours, in purple and in blue. Those indicate the different types of module that they are. The purple are military, the blue are science, the red are... there are names for these and I've forgotten them all. I want to say the red is actually structural. Where is it? Of course, now I can't see it. There we go. The red is structural. The green is bio. The orange is... it used to be called... and it's actually not orange anymore. Sorry, it's... the orange is support. And what used to be brown and is now yellow, it was called commercial. It's now... sorry, it was called luxury. It's now called commercial. I say that because I may well play a card that references luxury, and luxury doesn't exist anymore, but it's referring to commercial. So that tells you what type of module you're building, and you can build your space station to have as many of these different types in it as you want. There are reasons you might want to focus on 1 or 2, and I'll come on to that in a minute. In addition, you'll see there's a logo here that indicates which type it is as well, just for quick recognition. You'll also see this, I'm wondering, I'm going to bring this up just to be a little bigger while I'm explaining this. You'll see just here this little logo of an astronaut helmet. That represents your crew. Crew in this game are these guys. They're little meeples. And what this symbol, any action on a card that has an arrow means it is a thing that you can do. You can operate that module in order to do the action on it. So the observatory, I can place a crew member on it, which is the cost, in order to do the action, which is draw 3 cards and discard 2 of them. So I get to sort of pick through the deck and take something I want. This symbol here is the symbol for mega credits. Mega credits are the currency in this game. Yes, that is the same currency as Terraforming Mars. No, I do not think that Terraforming Mars is in the Star Scrappers universe. I cannot be certain of that. And I should add, there is a Star Scrappers universe. There are, I want to say, 3 games in the series. There's Star Scrappers Orbital, which is this game that we're looking at now. There is Star Scrappers Cave-In, and there is Star Scrappers Battle Drill. All 3 of those are games in this universe, and this is just the latest one. Anyway, that said, this symbol here is mega credits. So in order to use the military command, which would let me build a military module from here, so i.e. on any of these 3 build points, for free. It normally costs you 6 credits to build. This costs you 1 crew member and 2 credits. And that's what I need to spend. 1 crew member, 2 credits. So that's the symbology of the game, and I think that... the only other thing I'll show, because it's not on either of those, if I bring back my structural core module for a minute, this symbol here means this module gives you a crew member every year that the game takes place in. There are 5 years. I'm just going to put this there. You start on year 1, you play through to the end of year 5, and that's the end of the game. And this says that at the beginning of every year, I gain 1 crew member for having the structural core module in my space station. There are other modules that any of the core modules will always give you 1 member, and there are other modules that may or may not give me further crew members. So at the beginning of the year, I might start with, say, 6. And be able to do lots of things on my station, or if I choose to build things that have more long kind of consistent effects, I might not get so much crew. That's just kind of, it's up to me how I choose to play the game. And the luck of the draw too, because ultimately I am drawing cards from a deck, and that will determine a certain amount of what happens. Very quickly, I'll just show you the other core modules, and then I'll get to a very quick explanation, because this game is fairly easy to work its way through. So the military core module says anytime I build military, I gain a mega credit. So that's nice. If I'm going to go purple, I gain a bonus for building purple. The support core module says all of your support modules are immune to damage. Damage isn't a thing in the Solitaire game, in the peace version of the Solitaire game, so I don't need to worry about that this game, but next game it might be quite useful because the bots will attack me. The scientific core module, increases my hand size. The hand size in the game is 5. If I have this, it becomes 6. Nice. The bio core module doesn't actually do anything, but it gives me 2 crew members instead of 1. So it's a nice way of giving yourself an extra person if you're not drawing many cards that allow you to do that. And the commercial core module says at the beginning of every year you gain an extra mega credit. Nice and simple. So that's what those do. That's a lot of extra early information, but I just wanted to show them to you because I'm going to start setting the game up, and one of the things I need to do is lay them out ready to go. I'm going to just put them down here, and what I'm actually going to do, I don't know if this is going to be enough space. No, not quite. I'm going to do that. I tell you what, why don't I just do this? The reason I'm doing this is, at one point in the game, one of the things I can do is upgrade my structural core module to one of these 5. I'm just going to keep them off to one side because I don't want them to get in the way of my structure as I build it. So I'm just going to keep them all there. Components in this game are extremely simple and extremely quick to get the hang of. You have your deck of cards, which, as I've said already, quite chunky. You have your crew, which are the meeples, like so. You have mega credits, which in this game come in denominations of 1, 2, and 5, like so. You have damage tokens for when you get damaged, and you have victory point tokens for scoring. And that's it. It's a nice simple game in that regard. It's more about understanding how the cards play with each other to kind of get a good idea of how this is all going to work. So, very quick turn rundown and then we're off. How does a turn in this game work? Well, how does a round in this game work is a better way of putting it. Well, first things first, everybody gets 1 action per turn during a round. So if I'm the first player, I will take 1 action and then it passes to the next player. Play will continue in a round until every player consecutively passes. So if I pass, and then, 2 more people take a turn, the play is still continuing at that point in time. It hasn't stopped just because I have passed. So that's one thing to bear in mind. You can the turn only continues as long as someone is playing, but it also won't stop until someone until everybody passes. And the nice thing is that if you pass, you can come back into play later on. You're not out for the round, you are simply passing that turn, unless everybody else passes. So that's kind of the balance that you have to try and strike. You can build a module. Very, very simply, so here's a life support module. Oops, let me just swap back to OBS. Here's a life support module. It looks like that. I can build this. It costs me 6 mega credits to build any module, and you build it simply by placing it into your space station wherever it fits, and building, like, that's it. It's in now, and that's going to give me 2 crew members. That's what the life support does. Doesn't do anything else, just gives me 2 crew members. I'm going to zoom in a tiny bit more for now, just until, there we go. I'll zoom out as I build. So that's what that does. 6 mega credits, flat rate. For 4 mega credits, I can upgrade my structural core module to one of the 4 additional modules. That's a once per game ability per player. And there's only 1 of each. So at the beginning of the game, I've laid them off to the one side, but they would be laid out 5 in a row. And once I've bought, say, the military core module, no one else is getting it. There is a market of cards I haven't set up yet. Excuse me. I'll do that in a minute as I kind of show off how this all works. I'm just going to leave this here. But you can buy from the market. I'll come on to that in a second. I can operate. Let me just get one of these guys. So I've already talked about this. If I choose to operate, I'm going to take a crew member who is on my station, put it on another module, and do the thing that is written on that card. So in this case, in the Education Center, I draw a card. One thing that's worth noting in this game is, as a general rule, the more exits there are from a card, as far as I can tell, the less powerful the ability that's on it is. It might save you money or get you extra cards, whereas if there are 0 exits, like we already saw on the Observatory, which is kind of the 0 exit version of this, you draw 3 cards and discard 2 of them, so you're getting much wider choice. That seems to be a general rule. I can't guarantee that. I haven't gone through and analysed the deck, but that seems to be what's what. Now, if you take damage, one of these tokens will go on there, and for 3 mega credits and no people, I can remove one of those tokens. They will all come off at the end of the year anyway, but they come off after scoring and gaining money and things like that. And all of those things take into account what's been built into your station. So if I've lost this life support, I am going to be at a disadvantage for scoring and potentially gaining money from the bio, the green category. So it's important to keep modules undamaged as much as possible, so I can repair them. I can play an event card. Now, I haven't talked about those yet because they're not in the peace version of the solitaire game. An event card, just as a quick point of reference, looks a little something like this. Is that camera frozen again? No, it's just a little bit behind. So that is an event card. It does not have a cost. It does not have a type. It is just a thing that you get to do. And if I just bring that up right now, you can see that the malfunction event lets me damage a module twice. So I can basically play havoc with an opponent by doing that. When you repair for 3, you repair 1 damage for 3. And you can't play 6 and repair 2 at the same time. I can, when it says damage a module twice, you simply do this. So if I pay 3 to repair my life support, I take 1 off, and on a later turn I can pay another 3 to take the other one off. Again, all damage is removed at the end of the year, but you have to remove it all to get the benefits of that module. So that's events. I'm not going to touch on those because they are not part of the peace version of this game. I will touch on them when I come to play the competitive version at the end, the second half of this stream. And finally, you can pass. And as I said earlier, once everybody passes in sequence, that's the end of the round. You go on to the next year, and after 5 years, or 6 if you want to play a long game, but after 5 years, that's the end of the game, and whoever has the most points wins. Now, in the solitaire game, in the peace version, you win if you score over 18 points. I scored 16 in my first game, so we'll see how I do this time around. I'm just going to zoom this camera, pardon the shake for a minute. I'm just going to zoom back out a fraction so that you guys can see the table again, and I'll show you relevant cards on the mini camera as that becomes a thing. I'm just going to shuffle the deck up, just so that you guys know I am doing so fairly. We'll come to end of year scoring at the end of the first year, because that is the same regardless of how many players you're playing against, whether it's one or whether it is more. I just want to confirm one thing for myself about the peace version, because I played the co-op version more. It's at the beginning of the year, I think. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to have two opponents, and I'm going to place one up here, and I'm going to place one over here. And what they're going to do is at the beginning of every year, before anything else happens, they are going to draw 3 cards. And the only thing that matters is their colour collection. So what I'm going to do, let's just see if I can get this right. So this opponent has drawn 2 red and a yellow. And this opponent over here has drawn, where's on camera? There's on camera. Has drawn a red, a blue, and a green. So for scoring at the end of the first year, that is what I'm up against for my opponents. And that's all the opponents do. All gamers do that. Now, at the very beginning of the game, I'm going to draw myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I also realize I should have created the market by now, but I don't think it matters too much that I haven't done. I'm going to create that under the core module, just so that it's not in the way. And the way you create the market is away from the deck, you draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I want to buy these cards during a round, I can buy any card. It costs 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 mega credits to buy cards. And if I bought, say, the docking port here for 4, these 3 would slide down, and now they're worth 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's how that works. I'll talk about those cards in a minute. What I'm going to talk about first is what's in my hand. And we're going to have a look and just see. So I've drawn 8 cards. The hand size is 5. So I'm going to discard 3 of these back to the deck, and we will then carry on from there. So I'm just going to quickly divide them into colour, because it will kind of help me with a little bit of playoff, I think. So I have drawn no red, but I have drawn... So I've got the workshop here, which lets me send a crew member to repair damage on this station. I'm going to return that to the deck right now, because I'm not going to take damage, so it doesn't matter. The robotic arm. This is the one I was talking about earlier. I can send a crew member here to rearrange my space station. Now, where you might want to do that is if you get to a certain point of the game and you go, oh, rats, I've built this wrong and now I can't build off anywhere. I can rebuild things so that I have more exits available to me. That can be a pretty valuable thing to do, but as I said, I haven't had a need for it, so that's a maybe. Life support simply gives me 2 crew members. That's actually a definite maybe, because that's a really good thing to have. The Education Center lets me send a crew member to draw a card. That's going to be great especially if I take the life support, so that I have the extra crew from the outset. The Weapons Platform lets me damage any exterior module, and its owner loses a mega credit. This is useful to build for the purposes of... getting purple into my the military cards into my space station. I can't do damage because there's nobody to damage. My opponents are too far away. That's a maybe, and I'll come back to why in a minute. The garden is nice. You pay a crew member and a mega credit, and you get to add 2 unused crew members to your core module. What that means is you put them here, and you can use them that turn. That's quite good. And then I've drawn 2 casinos. This is the card I was saying might come up later. I get to spend 1 crew member to gain a mega credit for every luxury module on this station. You'll notice that the diamond there kind of implies luxury. The yellow cards are now known as commercial, so I would gain a mega credit for every commercial module on this station. Given that I already have the garden, that's quite interesting to me. I'm not going to take 2. I'm going to discard the second one. So that's 2 cards back to the deck. I'm supposed to reshuffle. I'm actually just going to put them on the bottom of the deck because I'm not going to go through it all anyway. So now the question is, do I want this weapons platform? Because I can't damage anything. The reason I might is that at the end of every year, so every round of play, you get victory points if you dominate a colour. So if I have the most purple at the end of the year, I will gain a victory point. If I have the most red, victory point. Most yellow, victory point, and so on. So there are 6 victory points up for grabs every year. These guys, between them, have red, yellow, blue, and green. So right now, orange and purple, if I build one module of each, I immediately dominate them for the first year, and that's 2 victory points, straight off the bat. I'm not going to beat red, I can't, because I didn't draw any red modules. I can beat yellow, because I could build these 2, and beat him out for yellow. The one other thing I should add, I'm still setting up here, I haven't gone through the full setup. It's worth noting that I start the game with 16 mega credits, and I should draw those right now, so I'm going to draw 5, 2 5s, 2 2s, and 2 1s. So here is my money for the beginning of the game. It costs me 6 mega credits to build any one module. So right off the bat, I can only build 2 at the beginning of the game, unless what I could do is build the garden and the casino, and if I send a crew member to the casino, I will gain a mega credit for every commercial module on this station, of which it is 1, so I would gain 2, therefore bringing me up to 18. That would let me build 3 modules. Second thing, however, is if I build the casino off the garden, like so, because I have connected a yellow module to a yellow module, the casino would actually only cost me 5 to build. You get a 1 mega credit discount if you build the same type of module off, off the existing one. So I only need 17 mega credits to complete this. So there's an interesting interplay here that would allow me to build a third module. So what I could do at that point in time is build a purple, and then I have a colour that I have 2 colours that I'm winning in, but I'm going to tie or lose everything else. If you tie so let's say I build 1 yellow, then I am tying with this bot player. We will both get the victory point at the end of the year, so I'm giving him a point. Doesn't really matter in solitaire. What matters is that I would be getting it. So I could also build 1 yellow, tie with him, still do it. But I don't think I would then have a means of getting 3 modules out onto my space station because I don't have a means of getting enough money back. Hopefully this is all making sense. There's a lot of thought process going on here, and I think what I'm going to do is just start playing out this turn and work it out. So I still have to discard 1 card. I do kind of want life support, even because I can use the garden to gain more people, and I gain them that round, but it does cost me money. Life support, on the other hand, gives me people, but it only gives me people at the end of each year, so I'm not going to get these 2 people straight away. Education lets me draw cards. Interesting. Orange is also a free victory point because they don't have orange, but I don't think I'm going to give the robotic arm back because I don't see myself rearranging my space station. So there are my 5 starting cards. Now I have to decide what to do. If I tie with yellow, that is enough. So I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and build the garden. I'm going to try and build the weapon platform, even though I don't technically need it. And then what I might do is I might just upgrade immediately. And here's why I'm thinking that. The core module counts towards points and money at the end of the round. I won't get as much money if I swap this out, potentially. Actually, no, it's not going to make a difference. For reasons I'll come on to. You get more money for your dominant colour. It doesn't have to be your dominant colour, but why would you choose anything else? You get more money at the end of every year for the colour you have the most of. And that does not compete with everybody. But if I swap this out, and I put in, let's say, the orange one, I now have an orange in my space station, which these guys don't. So I would then be scoring the point for orange. Now, orange doesn't do me a massive amount of good. but I'm using that as my example. Right now, this is red. The core module counts for everything. If I build off the core module, I get the discount. At the end of the round, I get a victory. This counts towards my balance of red for victory points. It also, if I choose red as my dominant color for the purposes of getting money, it counts as well. So the color of the core module does matter. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I am going to build the garden here. That's going to cost me 6 mega credits, so I'm going to take 6 and I'm going to put them back. I can now send a crew member here and pay a credit to get 2 additional crew to use this round. I won't get them back at the end of the year, because this only produces 1. But it's a means of me getting an extra person if I want them. So I have built garden. I am also going to build... I'm going to build the education center, which is going to go here. That is also going to cost me 6 mega credits because, again, it is not building off the same color. If this was blue, that would get me... I would pay 5 to build this. As it stands, I'm paying the full 6. So I now have a yellow and a blue. I'm tying with this player for yellow and with this player for blue. So for as far as points go, not a bad start. I am then going to spend my remaining 4 mega credits, and this could be a really stupid idea, and you'll see why in a minute, but I'm going to do it early. I'm going to spend those to build the military core module. Now this is... military is only semi-useful to me in this game because I'm not going to be attacking my opponents. But every time I build a military module, I'm now going to gain a mega credit back. That's going to give me an advantage in terms of making money. I'm now taking the core modules out of the game because they are not they're not in play anymore. I can't upgrade again. I've done my upgrade action for the game early, but now I also have a 3rd point because I have purple and nobody else does. I have no money left. I can't build another module because I can't spend the money. I can't upgrade because I've done it. That's out for the whole game. And I can't even buy a card from here, which may have been foolish of me. But what I can do is operate a module. So here I have the education center, which lets me send a crew member. So I'm just going to take my 1 crew, I'm going to put him into the education center, and I'm going to draw a card. And now I get the observatory. Let me just see. Yeah, there we go. So we saw this when I was setting up. I've shuffled him to the top of my hand. And this is... Has that camera frozen again? I'm still getting used to running 2... Oh no, it's incredibly behind. Okay, so there's about a 7 or 8 second lag on that camera. But this observatory here is my new card. It'll let me draw 3 cards and then discard 2 of them, which is a pretty powerful action. Hello to everybody in the chat, by the way. I realise I've been ignoring the chat, but I have very, very cool people in here. Oh, I just had a raid! Crime, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Also, welcome. Nice to see you. And Jen is there, and Redheaded Coffee Shop Girl is there. Hello, everybody. Thank you very, very much to the Crime Spree. I appreciate you guys coming over and saying hi. I've had my OBS window in front of my chat for a little while. I've just moved it off to one side. But yeah, thank you guys for coming along. For those who've joined late, we're playing Star Scrapper's Orbital, which is a Kickstarter that's ongoing for the next 5 days. And just kind of getting a vibe for kind of what the game does. We're just coming to the end of the first year, so I've drawn an extra card, so I have 4 in my hand right now. I've operated. I can't do any of the actions I've talked about. I have nothing to repair. The repair action is essentially defunct for the peace version. So the only thing left for me to do is pass. Passing triggers the end of the year, so we go into the end of year phase. The first thing that happens is you score points for every colour you are dominant or tied dominant in. So right now, this bot is dominating red, because he has 2 red. In actual fact, I should put those... I wasn't giving them their command modules, but I should put command modules out, because command modules count as their colour. So they actually have an additional red. If I just tuck that like that. So they have 2 red and 3 red, respectively. So I am definitely not winning on that front. I am tied yellow with this guy, so I get 1 point for yellow. I am tied blue with this guy, so I get a point for blue. This person wins green, Nobody gets orange because there isn't any orange. Oh, I'm just going to bring that out of my secondary camera. There isn't any orange on the table, and I win purple because my core module is the only purple on the table, and that's why I bought it early. So I get 3 points right off the bat for having 3 colours tied or dominant. The next thing I do is I discard the market. There were some cards in there I was interested in, but that's also why I didn't tell you guys about them, because I knew I was going to let that happen. I'm going to draw 5 new cards. And there we go. Those are our 5 new cards. I promise you I shuffled this because we have got 2 more gardens, which is what I've built here already. We also have another robotic arm, which will let me rearrange my orbital. I'm not very interested in that. The Galleria is nice. The Galleria is... This will appear on your screens in a minute. I simply send a crew member to the Galleria, and I get 2 mega credits. That's pretty good. And the docking port, now I'm really annoyed this is at the 5 point. The docking port, all my build actions would cost me 1 fewer mega credits for the rest of the game. That's a really, really nice... Wow! The lag on my secondary camera is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But yes, for the rest of the game, my build actions would cost me 1 mega credit fewer, which is something that I would like to be able to do, but not only would it cost me 6 to build in the first place, I'd have to pay 5 to get it right now out of the market. The reason that is so difficult... Oh, firstly I need to remove and regain my crew. I gain a crew for my core module, and I gain a crew for the gardens, so I now have 2 crew in my base. Now I get money, and this is why opting to go with purple may have been an interest, and spend all my money may have been an interesting idea, because at the beginning of, or at the end of every year, you get money equal to 7, you always get 7, plus 1 for each card in your orbital of your chosen colour, which is why I say you would probably want the dominant colour. The problem is, I only have a maximum of 1, so I'm starting this year with 8 credits, which is very poor. And I have an idea of what I might use them for. We shall see. But that's what's available to me for this round. I really would have liked to be able to get at this docking port, but I genuinely don't think I'm going to be able to do that, unfortunately. So, let's see what we are doing. Oh, right. I haven't quite finished. I then draw 4 cards, which brings my hand size up to 8, or my hand up to 8, and I have a hand size of 5. So I need to look at what I've drawn and see what I want to get rid of. The library's nice. The library... I'm just going to hold these up here for now. Library adds 1 to my hand size. That's actually quite a nice thing to be able to do. You know what? I'm going to lose my second camera for now. I'll use that in the second game. That's a nice thing to be able to do, because hand size of 6, you can already see I'm discarding 3 cards right now from what I just drew. The emergency shelter, connected modules are immune to damage. Well, nothing's going to get damaged, so I'm going to discard that straight away. The shipyard is really nice. I get to send 2 crew members there, and I just score a point. I mean, I kind of want that. Now notice this is one of those cards, like the observatory, that ends that branch of my space station. Once you've built the shipyard, nothing else can be built past it, for fairly obvious reasons. There's giant spaceships being built there. And finally, another weapons platform. Those are my cards. I want the shipyard for sure. I do think I want to keep the casino, because money is going to become very valuable. What else am I going to keep? I do want extra crew, so life support could be interesting, but I don't know when I'm going to get to build it. But nothing else here gives me crew. Now I can get my bonus crew for my garden, but I think I'm going to keep life support, because I think I need to start getting more crew. And then I'm going to go for... do I want the observatory? I do want the observatory, but I don't know... I'm going to get the... I'm going to take the library. And then I can either take a weapons platform or the observatory. Both of these will close off that branch of my orbital, which is problematic because I've also taken a casino and a shipyard, which will do the same thing. I think... I mean, blue and purple... Blue is already in competition here, which means if I'm not careful, I'll lose out if I let it run away with me. Purple, I'm not in competition yet, so I could risk that these guys aren't going to get any purple and just keep my core module. I think I'm going to do that. It's totally at odds with what I just did by taking the... No. I get bonus. I get free money for building weapons platforms. I'm going to take the weapons platform. So there are my 5 cards. Only 2 of them let me continue the branch of the orbital, and both of them only have 1 exit, which is a fairly hefty problem. I mean, I have 6 exits available, but notice if you build something here, this exit suddenly becomes inviable. So I've got to think about that. So that's my cards drawn. If I had any damage, I would remove it, but again, peace solo doesn't matter. And then I go on to the next year. So the first thing that happens in the new year is my 2 opponents each draw 3 cards. And of course, there's the purple for this guy. That's annoying. So he now has purple, blue, and orange. And then my other opponent is going to get orange and 2 purple. Okay, can you see all of those? Yes. Excellent. So we have 2 red, blue, green, 2 purple, and orange. 3 red, yellow, purple, blue, and orange. So if I want to maintain my purple domination, I have to build the weapon platform. Thing is, I'm only going to get to build 1 thing this round, which is a big yikes. So I think... Yeah, I've left myself very, very short. Right now, I'll still get points for blue and yellow, because I'm tying with this guy and this guy. I'm not currently getting points for purple. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 mega credits to draw the Galleria from the market. I could now spend 4 to buy the docking port, but then I'm not building anything this round, and I do think I need to keep building. I'm just going to move the deck up here. I'm actually going to send a crew member now to the education center to draw a card. I'm going to have done that first, because I'm not stupid. I should have done that first. That saves me my 2 mega credits, because I just drew a Galleria. I know I'm taking a move back there, and that's not really the done thing. But it just makes sense to do that. I'm then going to... So what am I going to do? Do I want to stay in competition for purple? Purple would be a nice lead for me. I could also build life support and go green and have 2 more crew members next round. And I would get the green point, but I would lose out on the purple. So again, I'd be getting 3 points. Or I could start a process of getting myself more money. And the reason way I'm thinking of doing that is if I build the Galleria here, I only pay 5 for it because I'm building a yellow off a yellow. And I can then send crew members here to gain me more money. And I'm going to need to start generating money. I will also get a money if I build a military thing. I think I might actually play off... I'm going to build a weapons platform here. I'm going to play off the strength I was going for. Now, this only cost me 5 because it's attached to a purple. Alright, that's an advantage for me. I get to build purple off my main core now, and I get the discount. So I pay 5 credits. Sorry, I have 8. There are my other 3. I pay 5 credits to do this, and then because I built a military module, I get 1 mega credit back because of this. Now, I don't really have anything useful for this guy to do, because I could pay a credit and send him here to get 2 more people, but then I've got nothing for them to do. So I'm just going to leave that. We will keep... That's going to be my extremely uneventful turn. I could still buy something from here, and I am tempted. I'm tempted to put a robotic arm in here, actually, just because it... No, it doesn't actually give me any advantage. I would still only have 1 active, because if that went here... There's no active exit here, there's only 1 here. The reason I'm worried about that now is because I have put that weapons platform in, I'm now sealing off exits. I can now only build 1, 2, 3, 4 places. And it's very easy to shut yourself off. But I'm going to save money. I've built, I'm not upgrading, I'm not buying anything, I don't think. No, because I want the docking port. I've operated what I'm going to operate. I don't have any events, I'm not repairing, so I'm just going to pass right there. This could be unfortunate, but we'll see. I'm not going to count everything out again. Suffice it to say I have no red, green, or orange, but I tie on all 3 of the colours, yellow, blue, and purple, which means I claim 3 victory points. So I now have 6. I am 1/3 of the way to winning, but I am 40% of the way through the game, which means I need to find another way of making points, and quick. I'm going to discard the market, which hurts, because it means I'm losing that docking port. And redraw 5 new cards. I'm still going to keep them down here, because it's easier. Okay, here comes all my red. Alright, so... What I've got this round, the command center... what that lets me do, this is kind of cool, I can send a crew member and pay 3 credits here to build a module, any module, for free off one of those 3 exits. That's a nice thing to be able to do, and that would be an interesting investment if it weren't costing me 5. The junkyard, I send a crew member there and discard a card to gain a mega credit. That's nice if you're looking to get rid of trash. The farm... Send 2 crew members to get 2 credits. Well, I'm hoping I'm going to build a Galleria soon that will let me do that for 1 crew member, so that's not that interesting. But it does also give me a crew member, which the Galleria does not. Another life support, which just gives me 2 crew. And the education center, which is just draw a card. We've already got one of those. You can build more than one of the same module in your space station. That's fine. I'm just not doing that. I'm going to remove and regain my crew. I have not added a module that gives me more crew, so I still only have 2. I gain 7 mega credits plus mega credits for a colour. I'm going to choose purple, which means I get 9 mega credits because I get plus 1, 2. So I now have 13 for this round. I am going to draw 4 cards and discard down to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to get Strategic Ops times 2. Send a crew member there, choose a player, they must lose a mega credit and discard a card. That's great for multiplayer, I don't care because I can't affect... Oh, I guess I could affect them. Can I affect them? That's an interesting question. I don't think I can. I think in the peace version you do not in any way affect your opponents. I just want to confirm that. They do not pay or connect them, blah blah blah. The opponents do not gain, and they do not take any. You may play your turns as normal. The effects of your cards cannot target opposing orbitals. Yeah, so even I can't do anything to them. So strategic ops is kind of useless to me. The lab lets me send a person to draw 2 cards. It's basically the better education center. But notice, like I was saying, this has 3 build points. This only has 1. And covert ops lets me use a crew member to damage any module. Well, I don't care about that either. That leaves me with a hand size of 6. And since I haven't built the library yet, my hand size is still only 5. I don't see any point in building the lab until I've built the library, and I don't know when I'm going to... Well, no, that's not true. Actually, the lab might be better than the library, because the library lets me have a bigger hand size, but if I don't have the cards to do, that's no point. And my hand size matters for the end of the year. I can get a bigger hand during the round. So I'm actually going to keep the lab, even though it limits my building options. So that is my cards. I would remove damage, but again, moot for solo play. So we're on to year 3. So, I have 13 mega credits to use. What do I want to do? Well, do I want to buy anything first of all? No, not really, because the Galleria is going to be better than the farm, even though the farm gives me people. The command center would be lovely, but it's too expensive. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother. I think what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build the Galleria off the garden. So that only cost me 5 mega credits because I'm attaching it to the same color. So that is my action number 1. I still have 8 remaining mega credits to use. I need to, before I do that, let's get these guys their stuff. So this one gets orange, more red. I'm not competing for red anyway. And green. So this character now has all 6 colors out, rather. Hopefully that makes sense. And 1, 2, 3. Oh my lord, I just lost my purple advantage. This player now has 4 purple. Somehow I shuffled all the strategic ops into the same place. And now owns a yellow. Is that still on the screen? Barely. I'm just going to move those up a tiny bit. So yellow and blue, I'm still in a strong position for. Purple, I just got whacked. So I now need to start thinking about what I can do to come back. Well, I might want to build green, because green, these guys each only have 1 of. So if I build it right now, I will at least get points for it this round. So what I think I'm going to do... It will also give me more crew, and therefore I won't have to spend money to get more crew. I'm going to build life support here. Doesn't do anything, but I will get 2 additional crew members next round. That's going to cost me 6, because I built it off of blue. So there's nothing particularly great about that. And now I only have 2 mega credits left. Well, that's not enough for me to do anything else. I could buy one of these 2, but I don't care. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start operating. I should have probably drawn a card, actually. I'm not going to go here, because I think I'm only going to do 2 things anyway. I'm going to draw a card. That gets me an airlock. Repair actions cost 1 mega credit less. Great, but I'm not going to get damaged, so that's irrelevant. I'm going to send my second crew member over to the Galleria to gain 2 mega credits for me, just by going there. That's just what that location does. And that's going to be my turn. So year 3 done. I'm still not... My engine is not good enough to win me something, so I need to work on this fast. So victory points per color. I'm now losing on purple, but I am tying on blue, tying on green, and flat out winning on yellow. So yet again, I get 3 victory points. I'm just going to take a 5 and get rid of those to keep things nice and concise. I'm going to put them over here, actually, because then they're not in my way. That is going to put me halfway to winning 60% of the way through the game. So we'll see how this goes. Jen says this command center was a sweet card, if only it was cheaper to get. Yeah, absolutely true. I wish I could have got that. Also, the streams make me curse this pandemic because I want to invade his home and play these and play with other people. It's true. It's been really hard. I'm getting so much food for the soul with regards to games when it comes to playing these things for you guys, because it kind of lets me engage a little bit with the community and feel like I'm part of it again in a way that the pandemic has kind of stopped from happening. I'm planning a couple more of the play-alongs as well, the play-along roll and writes, which are also great for that because it means I can genuinely engage with everybody. That's for the future though. I'll come back to that in a bit. Can't wait to see friends again. I know. This is so hard. But I'm glad if these streams are bringing you some degree of joy and engagement, I'm happy. So what was I doing? I just scored my 3 victory points. Now, the one thing I should say, I'm halfway to winning 60% of the way through the game, but on the last year, at the end of year 5, these points for colour domination count double. So I can get 18 points off 3 colour dominations. I just have to maintain them for the whole game, and goodness knows if that's going to be possible. I'm going to discard the market, which again, I'm sad to see the command center go, but I could not afford it. And I'm going to draw a farm, a shipyard, a shield generator, a command center, and a workshop. So the three, we've seen the farm and the shipyard, 2 crew for 2 mega credits, 2 crew for 1 point. The shield generator protects you against weapons platforms and the meteor storm event. So it's kind of useless in a solitaire game, except as purple fodder. But given that this character has 4, and even if I bought that I would only have 3, no point. The command center we've already seen, and the workshop, I get to send a crew member there to repair 1 damage on the station, which is nice. But again, no damage is going to happen, which means that the only useful card really for me in the market, I mean the shipyard is great, but I'm already holding one and I haven't been able to play it yet, is this command center. That costs 2, which makes it wholly more interesting than previously thought, but we'll see. I'm going to remove and regain crew, so I'm going to take off 2 crew, but now I gain 1, 2, 3, 4. So I now have more crew available to do actions. I just don't have any actions for them to do, so I need to play out some more action cards. So that's that. I get 7 mega credits plus a colour. Purple or yellow, doesn't matter. It's going to get me 9. So I get 9 mega credits. And then I'm going to draw 4 cards and discard back down to 5. So there are my 4 cards. I am going to get the Cryogenic Chamber, which is a science module that gives you a crew member with 2 exits. Don't really care, I'm just going to discard that now. Living Quarters is nice. It's the green 3-way in terms of having 3 build points, and it gives me a crew member. It could be interesting if I'm running out of space. Technical Support. This is an orange that costs 1 less to build. Now, given that I want to build a shipyard, building it off an orange and building it cheaper would be nice, but I kind of want to build it now. So I don't think ultimately that's going to serve me very well, so I'm going to discard it. Although orange. If I built that and the shipyard, I would dominate orange, so I'm going to hold that for a minute. And then the junkyard again, discard a card to gain a mega credit. I mean, I do have a lot of tut in my hand right now, but I've only got 2 cards from there I care about. I have 4 cards in my hand, one of which assists repair actions, which I'm not going to win red, and I'm not repairing anything. So that's discarded, so I have my new hand. No damage to remove. We're now on year 4, so the first thing that happens is these guys get their stuff. So this guy now has 2 green, 2 purple. I don't care about that. But I do care about the 2 blue. That is problematic. That's not right. This is a really complicated way of doing this. Normally you would stack these more properly out on the table, but with my stream size, I wanted to make this one a bit closer in so that you guys could at least see the cards slightly better. And then this guy over here is going to get orange, which stinks. He's going to get purple, which is fine because I've given up on it. And he's going to get blue. Okay, that's really annoying. So there we go. Can everyone see all of those? Yes. Okay, so this just changed things up a bit. Blue I'm now losing on. Green I'm now losing on. Yellow I'm still winning on. So I was going to try and build the casino this round, but that might not be the smartest idea. I think what I want to try and do is regain my ties on blue and green. The Living Quarters is a nice card. I can build it for 5, because I can build it off life support, and it gives me a couple more build points. Not that I think I need them at this point. The Lab lets me draw 2 cards, which is just a flat-out more powerful version of the Education Center. There's no point investing into orange, because I would have to invest my entire turn into orange. Although I could start getting victory points for the shipyard. It would cost me 10 to build 2. So that's what it would cost me to build orange. If I went blue and green, it would actually also cost me 10. So I'm only spending 10 mega credits either way, which seems reasonably good. It's just, do I want to maintain green, or do I want to take over orange and rely on the shipyard to then get me the points I need to win? Because the thing is, you know what? I kind of want to maintain my ties, because my ties are what are going to give me the double points in year 5. So I'm going to spend 10 mega credits right now, and I'm going to build the lab here. No, not there. That's stupid. I'm going to build it there. The reason I say that is if I build it here, that build point is building straight into this build point here, and both become inactive. If I build it up here, there's now 2 valid build points. And I'm going to build the living quarters here. That also gives me an extra crew member next year, because it's a green card. Most of them do. It does mean I'm not building any of... Well, hold that thought. I now have crew to operate things. I'm going to go here and draw 2 cards, and I'm going to draw another lab and the workshop. Don't really care. I'm going to send this crew member to the Galleria to gain 2 mega credits, and that is very important. For 2 reasons, actually. I'm going to send a crew member here to draw another card, because I may as well. I get an airlock, I don't really care. But I've now got 5 mega credits, and I'm going to use all 5 of them to build the casino here. So remember, for the casino... Oops, that's of course right in my line of fire for my camera. It doesn't really matter. I could shrink myself down a tiny bit. Whoop. The casino lets me send a crew member there, and then I gain a mega credit for every luxury module on this station. Or, sorry, every commercial module on this station, of which I have 3, so I now get 3 mega credits. I actually think that's a good move. It's secured yellow, which I didn't need to secure, but also, not only do I get lots more mega credits now, that also counts... Yellow is now 3 for my end-of-year mega credit gain, which means I will actually gain 10 mega credits this round because of that bonus. So I think that's my best move. I've operated everything, I've spent all my money, I pass. So, victory points per colour. I am tying with blue, still. I'm tying with green, still. And I'm still flat out winning with yellow. So I'm going to do that, and I now have 12 out of the 18 that I need to win. He's smashing red, he's smashing purple, and they're both tied for 2 of orange. That's that. Discarding the market, so I never bought anything this round. I think that was the right move. Let's see what the final market is going to be. It's going to be a life support, a galleria, a cryogenic chamber, an education center, and a greenhouse. The greenhouse is the green end of, and it gives you 3 crew members for the next year. I also really like I haven't talked about the art. I really like the art on these cards, but this I think is my favourite card. The idea that could be the end arm of a space station is so freaking cool. Right? It's a fully recyclable green... I mean, to be fair, if you're going to have any kind of long-term life on a space station, you're going to need a greenhouse. But it's this beautiful, verdant thing would be extremely cool. But there we go. That's that. So that's my market redrawn. I am going to remove and regain crew. So I now get a lot more crew, I think. I'm going to get 1, 2... Oh, no, only 1 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 crew for this round. I should find things for my crew to do, because right now they're just kind of meandering. I'm having to search for things to do. I'm going to pick yellow as my colour for money, so I get 7 credits plus 1 for each card of a colour of my choice. I'm choosing yellow, so 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just going to flat out gain 10 credits. Mega credits, excuse me. And then I'm going to draw 4 cards and discard back down to 5. This is going to be an interesting one. Now this comes up. Storage. At the beginning of each year, you gain 2 mega credits. Well, that would have been lovely, but there aren't any more years to start. So, oh, no, that's technically... Well, I can't build them before the beginning of the next year. The emergency shelter. Connected modules are immune to damage. I think we saw that one earlier. It's irrelevant because there's no damage in solo. Peace solo, I keep saying that. Observatory, we've seen before. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 of them. Recycling center. This is nice. It's green. Discard a card and draw a card. And it gives you a crew member. I have 5 in my hand, and I have... Well, I guess I'll discard the airlock and take this green, because I might want to play another green based upon what the bots get. So this is the final bot... Oh, that's it. So, remove damage, blah, blah, blah. Final year. The bots get their cards. Let's see what they're going to draw. This could tank me right now. Red, I don't care about. You can have all the red you want. Purple I also don't care about. You can have all the purple you want. And green. There is the one that I'm more worried about. So this has 3 green. I've given up on purple and red. I'm not going to bother to rearrange these until I've drawn this last set of 3, and then we're going to see what really matters. Yellow. That's fine. You can take yellow unless all 3 of these are yellow. Red, I don't care about. And green. Okay, so I'm just going to... In order to help final scoring, I'm just going to remove cards that I really don't care about. I'm not going to compete for red. I'm out of that game. I'm also out of the purple game. Yellow matters to me. Blue matters to me. Orange might matter to me. And green matters to me. I'm also going to remove the red from over here. Just going to keep those structural core modules out because I'm going to want them in a minute. Again, blue matters. Green matters. Purple, I'm out of the game. So I'm going to get rid of those. So here are the scores that matter. Green doesn't matter for him because there's 3 over here. Orange, so yellow. So these are my final things that I have to try and beat if I'm going to stay in this game. I'm just going to at least arrange these so that I don't get massively confused in a minute when I come to the next game. I'm just going to discard all of that. Here's my final round of the game. I have won yellow outright. I'm tied for blue, that's fine. I have no orange, and I'm currently losing green, which means I need to either play a green or 2 orange to have any chance of winning this game, because that will get me the 3 points. Well, sorry, the last year, that will get me the 6 points, because they're worth double, that I need to win this game. I think the way I want to do this, because it would just be more fun, is I'm going to spend 5 mega credits to build the technical support module, which costs 1 fewer mega credits to build. So that costs me 5. And then for another 5 mega credits, I'm going to build an orange off that, and I'm going to build the shipyard. Nicely protected by the weapons platform. There is a shipyard over here, and that's just fun because this is an entertaining way of getting a few more credits. I am going to lose green now, but I'm now tying with orange. I've spent enough... I can't do anything else with my money right now, so I'm just going to send crew around. I tell lies. If I send a crew member here, I'm going to get mega credits for every commercial module in my station, which means I'm going to gain 3 mega credits. And if I send a crew member here, I'm going to gain 2 mega credits. So I've just gained a bunch of money back. I'm going to send a crew member here to draw 2 cards. So I get another recycling center and the gym. Recycling center we've seen, discard a card, draw a card. The gym's fun. The gym is a yellow card that protects this station against the unfit crew event. I'm not sure what that does. I'm assuming it removes crew from your station. And I can send someone there to gain a mega credit. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how well you can see this on the camera before I blur it out, and my shaking hands. I have a natural shake. But you can see the court there in that center module. And a swimming pool over here. It's just... the detail in these cards is really cool. Forgive the fact that was shaking quite a lot. There's... unfortunately, my hand... it's a hereditary thing from my family. All of our hands shake. You know what I'm going to do? I've got enough money now. I'm going to spend 5 mega credits. And I'm going to build a recycling center here. And then I'm going to send 2 crew members to the shipyard to get myself a victory point. And that's me done. End of round and end of final year. So we now score up for the end of the game. Victory points per colour. Now remember, these are doubled at the end of the last year. And the ruling for the final round of the game is this is the only part of the end of year phase that you do because you immediately score afterwards. So I have 1 yellow, I have tied green, I have tied orange, and I have tied blue, which gets me a total of 8 victory points for a final total of 21, which is greater than 18. I win the game. And that is the peace game of Starscrapper's Orbital. Okay? That's that. Yay! Go me. I'm very happy with that, because I didn't win the first time I played, so it feels nice to feel like I've improved, and I genuinely think I have. I was observing much more what the bots were actually getting on their round, and I was able to challenge them, I think, much better than I did the last time. And just to give you an idea of how this game plays out, there are exactly 3 cards left in this deck. So, you know, pretty close to the end of the deck, and I feel like it's nice that that's how much of this I've gone through during the course of a play. That's good. I'm very, very happy with that. So, yay, that's the peace version. Now we're going to come on to the competitive version. And while I've got to reset the board for a moment, so I'm going to run a 60-second ad break. Those of you who are subscribed to me will not see this, and I will keep chatting. For those of you who are not subscribed to me, I'll see you in 60 seconds. So, what I'm going to do right now is I need to get all of the core modules back together. And 3 structural support modules. And I'm going to then just totally reshuffle the rest of the deck. And put that back together again, but I'm also going to bring out some additional components this time, and this is where I'm really stretching the capabilities of my streaming setup in a really, really big way. And you'll see why that is in a moment. I'm just going to zoom myself back out again too. Oh, why is it not letting me zoom out? Excuse me for a minute. Oh, it has done. I'm just watching Twitch, not OBS, and so it did it while I wasn't looking. Okay, I'm just going to keep watching Twitch so I know when that ad break ends. I do not start the game with 21 victory points, much as I'd like to. We go back to year 1, and we're going to go back to the start. Okay, welcome back. Sorry, we have a dodgy chair here that keeps going down when I'm not looking. I'm going to bring some extra components in. So, first things first, I need 3 structural core modules. I'm going to want the first player token, and I'm going to bring out 2 more core modules, because these bots are actually going to play the game. In the competitive version, you are playing against 2 bots, and the nice thing about this is the way the bots have been designed, they can play. You can add them to a multiplayer game, and you know you could play. This plays 1 to 5 players. I could play with 3 human players and 2 bots if I wanted to have additional people to, you know, beat up or destroy me, whichever way the game happens to go. I'm also going to take, this was the deck that we just played through, I'm going to take this additional deck of event cards, and they are going to get shuffled into, and I'm just going to kind of do a very quick split of these. They're going to get shuffled into the main deck. Bear with me for just a minute while I make sure that these cards are evenly shuffled. I want to play the game as fairly as I can for you. I always do 2s when I do this, rather than single cards, just because it gets it done a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I say it gets it done quicker, it may not do, I don't know. I've never actually worked out which of the 2 is faster. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's that. So I'm just going to shuffle these together to create one big master deck. And now, the differences that we have in this compared to the peace version. The reason I wanted to play with the peace version first was partly because it's a nice, easy way of bringing all the rules in, because I'm not going to teach this time. But also because there is no market in the competitive version. You and the bots draw solely from the deck, and they actually have a slight advantage over you in the sense that they get a full hand every round. You only get the 4 cards and buy down, so if you end up building fast, you run out of cards real quick. I am just going to quickly skirt a couple of the... I've got the rulebook up just because there's so many different... Well, not so many differences, not really so many differences, but there are enough differences between these two versions of the game that I just want to make sure I'm playing everything right. So you set up for a regular 3-player game, and the bots play, rules-wise, Obviously, the game itself is slightly different, but the bots play almost exactly the same as human players. The only difference is, as I mentioned, they don't actually... There's no market, and they don't buy cards the way that you would do in a multiplayer game. They get a hand of 5 cards at the beginning of every year, and it's placed face down, and they play from it based upon an algorithm. So that's how that works. It's a little bit different. There are also the events that are going to come up in the game. Some of them play out differently for the bots than they would do for a human player. I'm going to place structural core modules on all 3 of these. It is worth noting the bots will never upgrade their core module, so it will always be structural. Is that everything? I think that's everything. And I'm going to bring in, because I'm so far out, I'm going to bring back in camera number 2, which is stuck. I may have to keep refreshing this. Just because it... is it going to reconnect, or is this just a wipeout? I'm going to leave that for a minute. I'm going to come back and see if it's reconnected. I might just have to hold all the cards up. I was hoping to have like a little area here where I could show you cards more close up, but that might have just failed on me. We'll see. We'll see. So yes, we start with 3 core modules, bot 1 and bot 2, and myself. We do not have a market, which is quite nice because it means I don't have to worry about... having a market of cards anywhere. And just as there was with the as happened with the peace version of the game, the bots there's no reason for anyone other than me to upgrade a core module, so I'm just going to lay them over here. Just to clarify what I was saying earlier, normally you would lay them out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, so everyone could see them at all times. Just to save space on my streaming setup, I'm going to do that, because you saw how big my Orbital got, and these 2 are about to build as well. It doesn't say who goes first in a solo game. I'm going to go first. That's my rule. It's probably just randomly determine it, just like you would for a normal multiplayer game, but I'm going to go first. We all start with 1 crew member. I'll just lay them down for now, actually, because then you can see them better. We also all start with 16 mega credits, because the bot's set up just like anybody else. I'm going to put their mega credits and stuff just below their boards. You can't quite see mine, and my scroller's going to get in the way, but fair enough. You guys understand the concept of starting monies. So, and we'll keep track of how I go as we go. So there are 16 mega credits for each of us. I'm just going to check the setup rules and see if I'm missing anything. So we've done the core modules. We've done the... we don't have a market. We each start with 1 crew. We each start with 16 mega credits. Okay, so I start with the usual 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, and I'm going to choose 5 of them and put 3 back, just as I did for the peace version. The bots, however, they are simply going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are their hands, and they will play them going straight down. Like they'll draw the top card and decide what they're doing based on that. Let's have a look. See, oh, I've got a greenhouse straight off the bat. I mean, it closes off an entrance, but a super early 3 extra crew members could be kind of nice. I've got the efficiency event, so we haven't seen one of these yet. This says remove all used crew members from all modules in your station, and all your modules are free to use again. So this doesn't give you those crew members back, right? You're not going to get to use them again this round, but you do get to use again the modules that they were sitting on. So, for example, that casino that was gaining me 3 mega credits every time I used it last round, if I then played efficiency, I could get another 3, as long as I had crew members to use. So this, greenhouse and efficiency, early on, is actually a fairly powerful combination, because if I only have 2 things for my crew members to do, but I have 4 crew members, suddenly having efficiency is quite helpful. Don't know how interested I am in that. There's the casino. Mega credit for every luxury commercial module on the station. Don't know if I'm going to do that. Meteor Storm. Damage 1 or 2 exterior modules of a station. Now, damage is a thing now. I could just pick another station and do 2 damage to it. And that bot would have to... one of two things can happen. One, the bot will be broke, in which case they won't get... They're out of contention for the victory points, in the sense that damaged modules don't count towards your domination total, and they don't get money if that was their most numerous colour. Or they spend 3 credits per damage fixing the modules. So it's kind of win-win. We'll see. Technical support costs 1 less to build. That could be quite interesting early on, actually. Oh, there's a weapons platform. Now I'm kind of interested. Damage any exterior module and its owner loses a mega credit. Now, an exterior module means any module on the outside. So, for example, if I put technical support here and a weapon platform there, my weapon platform is exterior. The, actually, I guess technically technical support is as well. But, you know what? I'm going to double check the definition of exterior. Because it occurs to me that technically coming in from the sides... no modules built onto its exits. So right now, the technical support module is not exterior, and the weapons platform is. That makes complete sense. The observatory we've already seen, the robotic arm we've seen. Okay, so I think I want a weapons platform. That seems like a good idea. I like the idea of building the technical support, partly because it's cheap, and it gets a module into my space station for cheap, but also because it has 3 build points. And I think expanding build points early on isn't a bad idea, because there's the weapons platform immediately closes 1 off, so would the observatory, so would the greenhouse, and so would the casino. I think I'm going to keep the greenhouse for the crew, because then I don't have to worry about building crew modules for a bit, even if my crew is kind of redundant early on. I'm going to build the robotic arm because I can build it cheaper with the technical support, and it will put me in contention. And I'm going to keep Meteor Storm. So I'm getting rid of the observatory, the casino, and the efficiency card. This time I am going to shuffle them into the deck, because there's 36 events, according... The rulebooks... states 36 event cards, which means that you kind of want to make sure they're reasonably shuffled. I'm just going to check my second camera. Okay, second camera is stuck. It was a great idea. It's not paying off, so that can just go away. Never mind. There we go. Deck is shuffled. So, just going to quickly talk about how the bots work, and then we'll play. How the bots work is as follows. On their turn, the first thing they do is flip over the top card of their deck. If that card is a module, they will build it if they can. They will always build it in a discounted position if that's possible. So if they're building blue and they already have a blue that has a build point on it, they will build off that blue to get the discount. If there is an equal... They have a module selection process, which is when they're attacking, when they're building, whatever it is they're doing, when they're operating modules. They will go immediately... They will target the player. If they're targeting another player, it will always be the person in the lead. And if that's a tie between the other 2 players, they will target the person on their left. Which means this bot will... If he's in the lead and I'm behind, he'll target him. If we're both tied, he will go left and target me. If they're targeting a module, they will target west of the core module and then spiral outwards from there. And the first valid module they come across to damage, operate, build, whatever it happens to be, that's where they do it. So that's how the bots work on their building. They're kind of lame builders, but they do have an advantage, which I'll come on to in just a second. So if it's a module, they'll build it if they can. If it's an event, they will play it if they can. There are a couple of exceptions to that. There are 2 cards they will only play if they gain from them, and there are 2 cards they won't play at all. If they cannot play their card, they will discard it and gain 2 mega credits. Note, that is an action for bots only. Human players cannot do that. That is an advantage they get. Their economy is extremely strong, but their logic is mercurial at best. If they can't play a card, then... If they don't have any cards in their deck, they can't draw a card, they will then try and operate. And again, they will go west, they'll spiral out, and as long as they have a crew member, or enough crew members, they will operate the first module that they can. If they can't operate anything, they will then try and repair any damage done to their orbital, and if they can't repair anything, they pass. And they will pass every time it comes back round to their turn, unless somehow they get forced to take another card. I don't think that can happen. So that's how bots work. We play through 5 years, and just like a normal multiplayer game, I win if I have the most points at the end of the 5th year. That is the competitive game. We are just going to go for it. I'm going first because I said so. It is a random determination technically, but stuff that. So, there's no point using my Meteor Storm because I can't damage anything. There's nothing to damage. So what I think I'm actually going to do is just straight off the bat, I'm going to build Technical Support. Technical Support is great because it only costs me 5 to build, so there's my 5 mega credits, and it now opens the door for me more cheaply building a robotic arm and having 2 orange to compete for orange at the end of turn, during the end of turn victory points. Remember, obviously in a peace version, we're just playing until we're done, and then you pass and end the year. In a multiplayer game, which this technically is, even though it's the competitive solo version, once you've taken 1 action, your turn is done until it comes back round to you again. So I'm going to move left. This bot turns over the top card of its deck, and it is the gym. So it's going to build a gym, because it can. Remember, their core modules never upgrade, so their core modules are always red. So it's going to spend 6 mega credits because it can't build on a discount, and all things being equal, which they are, the 4 exits are the same, it goes west of the core module and goes in the first valid positioning, which in this case would be right there. So that has built a gym. It now has 1 yellow, so I am now competing against 1 yellow. I don't have any yellow, which means I'm not going to be winning yellow this round. This bot turns over a workshop. This is really annoying because it's going to get to start repairing damage for free, but there we go. It's orange. It is going to do the same thing. It will go west, and it will build right there for 6 mega credits. Back to me. Well, the one thing I've realised I could do is if I want to do what I did last game, which is risky, but use all of my mega credits on turn 1, is I could actually build my robotic arm and then build another module. It will use every piece of money I have, which might be risky, but I could do it. And it might be interesting to put a weapon platform out there so that I can take a mega credit away from one of the bots. We'll see. I am going to build the robotic arm. I'm going to put it here. And because I built orange off orange, it only cost me 5 mega credits. Sorry, I'm moving my money out of your line of sight. So that's done. That's my turn. This bot turns over an airlock. Repair actions cost 1 mega credit less. That's so annoying. But fair enough. He's going to gain that benefit. So, all things being equal, he could build off here. There is a build point here, but he will not build. He starts at this point and cycles and spirals outward. So until these 3 spaces are filled in, he won't build here. At least that's my understanding. So he's going to build here, and he builds this for 5 because his core is red. So he does not need to build. Does not need to build anywhere else. He will get that discount. Over here, this character gets a cryogenic chamber, which is going to give him an extra crew. He doesn't get any kind of discount, so he builds here, and that is going to cost him 6 mega credits. So now here is I have 2 possibilities of things I could do right now. I am going to spend more mega credits, that's for sure. So here's my 2 options are, do I want to build a weapon platform, which would, actually 3 options I guess. Do I want to build a weapon platform that will allow me to start taking pot shots at the 2 bots? Do I want to build a greenhouse that will give me more crew next round, although right now I have nothing really useful for them to do. I can rearrange my station, but I don't need to. Or do I upgrade to one of the modules? So I can, remembering what they do, Commercial Core gives me money at the beginning of every year. Now that could be really helpful. Biocore gives me 2 people every year. Scientific Core increases my hand size by 1. Support Core makes all of my support modules immune to damage. Note right now, my base is made exclusively of support modules. And the cores are always immune to damage. And the military we talked about, when building a military module, I gain a mega credit. I actually think that the commercial building is a flat-out upgrade of this, unless you're really lucky with the market. And since there is no market, and I cannot decide what card I'm going to get next round, I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to state that one off the bat. I'm interested in the idea of making orange immune to damage, especially because I already have 2 orange. Also interested in the idea of 2 people, and also interested in the idea of money at the beginning of every year. It costs me 4 mega credits to upgrade, which means I'd only have 2 left, and no means of getting any more. Alternatively, like if I got the weapon platform, I also have the Meteor Storm event. I could really hurt both players right now. Yes, it's cheaper for him to upgrade, to repair, and yes, he can repair with his crew member. But if I damage the workshop, he can't repair with his crew member, which means he would be forced to pay for the repairs at full price. Interesting. Or I could get more people. I think I'm going to upgrade. But which do I want to... No, I'm not... Do I want to save the money for next round? That might also be wise. But I don't know what they're going to do. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delay. I'm going to play my Meteor Storm right now. I can damage 1 or 2 exterior modules of a station, and then I just discard this card. I'm going to put damage onto this guy's current modules. He can build off both of them, but they are currently both exterior. I think you can build off a damage module. Just occurred to me, I've not seen this happen before. Can that happen? Build player module card from your hand, add it to your orbital. If you connect the module and module of the same color, when connecting a module to another, new module's entrance is placed at the exit you want to build from. Yes. Oh, one thing that I sort of alluded to this, but I didn't straight out explain it. You can't build a module that overlaps with another one. So, for example, if I built a module like this, I could not then build another module here. I feel like that went without saying, and I have alluded to it already, but I'm just going to say it flat out at this point. So I've damaged both of these. You can still build off a damage module. At least there's nothing in the rules that says you can't at this point. They just can't be used. So that's my turn. This guy flips over a garden. So, here we go. This is an interesting one. This is a yellow commercial module. So he's going to build it. He can afford to. He only has 5 mega credits, but he can build it off the gym, which means it's only going to cost 5 mega credits anyway. So he's going to build it there, and he won't build it here because he has a discount open to him. So he's going to go and build it over there and spend all of his... So he's now broke, which I have no problem with. This character over here is going to turn over this card and draw a workshop. Another workshop. He cannot place this because he only has 4 mega credits left, which means he discards it and gains 2 mega credits. And now it's back to me. That didn't help me much. I'm not competing for yellow anyway. I wonder if I want to build a weapons platform and shoot his airlock. Because then he will have to repair it, and it will cost him full price. Or I could upgrade. No, I'm going to build a weapons platform. So I'm putting a weapons platform in over here. It's going to cost me all the rest of my money, which could be really stupid. We'll see. I still have the greenhouse in hand. But that also means next turn, my hand is going to start full. Now, this is interesting because I am limiting myself. I now cannot do anything else except operate for the rest of the round, so I can't really react very well to everybody else. But I'm just going to call it. This guy turns over a card. It's life support. He can't play it because he's broke, so he gets rid of it and gets 2 mega credits. This guy turns over strategic ops. Woo! Dodged. Oh, no, he can buy it! Rats! Okay, so he's going to buy that and put it in there. That's going to cost him all of his remaining 6 mega credits. And it's back to me. I'm going to operate my weapon platform. And I'm going to attack this guy's airlock for 2 reasons. One, he now has to pay full price to repair it. So even if he does have money, he's not going to have much left over. 2, if he doesn't repair it for some reason, and I suspect he will, But if he doesn't repair it, all three of us are tied for red, which means we'll all get the victory point for red, and it means that nobody's getting a lead over anybody else. That's my rationale for doing that particular move. We'll see whether it's a good idea or not. So I have damaged that, and he also loses a mega credit, so he's now down to 1. He's going to take his turn. He draws a recycling center, can't play it, discards it, gets 2 mega credits. So he is going to repair that, unfortunately. Over to this guy. He flips over his last card. It's storage. I'm really glad he's not getting that, because it would give him free money all the time. He discards it. He gains 2 mega credits. Okay. It comes back to me. I can't do anything, so I pass. It comes to this guy. Now, he can do something. When selecting what to do, the way that the operate action works for this guy is he will do the same motion. He'll start here and rotate out. He will only operate the command center or the military command. He won't operate those. He will use them actively during a build action when he flips over a build card. And he will use the airlock automatically when repairing. Not that that's an operate. They will never use the robotic arm. This guy that lets you shift your arrangement around. They just won't use it. The workshop is only used when repairing, and there is a special rule if they ever use the observatory, but no one has one right now. So he is going to come, and he's just going to go left, use this space straight away, and gain a mega credit. Come over to him. He can't actually repair anything, which is delightful, because he doesn't have any discount. He can't use this. He's going to come over here, however, and he is going to fire up strategic ops. He's going to target the player in the lead. None of us has any victory points, so then he's going to swing left and come back here. This player is going to lose a card, can't do it, and discard a mega credit. Lose a mega credit, discard a card. You know what I mean. It does take money away from this guy, which I don't object to happening. Unfortunately, not enough to stop him from repairing the airlock. Comes back to me. I'm done. I pass. He can't do anything except repair. So he's going to spend his 3 mega credits, and he's going to repair the airlock. Comes back to him. He can't afford repairs, so he passes. I pass again. We come back here. He now has nothing to do. He passes. So that's all that done. We go into the end of year phase. So first of all, victory points per colour. Unfortunately, because the airlock was repaired, he gets the victory point for red, which is a shame. Yellow is also to him, because he has 2. Blue, he doesn't have any, because that's damaged. None here, no one gets it. Green, no one has any. Orange, I win, so I get a victory point for orange. And purple, we tie, so we both get the victory point for purple. So I have 2 victory points. Where am I going to put this? I'm going to tuck this here, because this can't go anywhere. I have 2 victory points. He has 1 victory point. He has 2 victory points. That's our standard. So right now, if this guy attacks somebody, it will be him. Sorry, it will be... yes, because we're tied, he'll go left. If this guy attacks somebody, I'm in the lead, he will attack me by default. Which is kind of frustrating, but there you go. The market would be discarded now, but there isn't one because of how this is played. We then remove and regain crew. I'll do me first. I do not get any extra crew, so I just get 1. This guy actually now gets an extra crew, so he gets 2, because he's built the garden over here. And this guy gets no crew. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I don't think you get crew for a damaged... Crew's determined by... Non-damaged modules, yeah. So I've actually stopped him from getting an extra crew. So he only gets the 1 for his core module because this is damaged. Woo! We now get 7 mega credits. And plus, based on colour, I'm going to choose orange, which means I get a total of 9. And that's all I have for this round. This guy... they play like anybody else, so I assume they pick the highest value, obviously. He has 2, so he is also going to get 9. And this guy over here actually only has 1 of each, so he's going to get 7, and he's only going to get plus 1. So he's going to get 8. But he already had 2 left over from last round, so he has 10. I then draw my 4 cards, and I'm not going to discard any because I have 5 now. And then these guys both draw new hands of 5. That's just how they work. We then remove all damage, so the damage comes off these units. Nothing else was damaged. And then we go into year 2, and the first player marker passes to this guy over here. I'm just going to take a quick look at my cards. So remember, I still have the greenhouse from last round. I have the emergency shelter, so connected modules are immune to damage. That could be quite nice. I have life support, which will just give me crew. This is why I wanted to go for orange. I just drew a shipyard, so I can get the 2 crew, 1 victory point thing. And then I drew a casino for lots of money for luxury commercial things, but I don't have any commercial right now. Interesting. Okay, so that's my hand, but this guy's going first. So he turns over his top card. It's an education center. He is going to build that. There is no discount available to him, so he's just going to build it here for 6 mega credits. We're going to come over to this guy. He turns over his card, and he's drawn a garden. Again, there is no discount, so he's just going to build here for 6 mega credits. I like that, because they've both screwed themselves over early by spending money. Then it's my turn. I have 9 mega credits, and I really want to build that shipyard, but the problem is, if I build the shipyard right now, it's actually worthless to me, because I don't have the crew to staff it. So, what I'm going to do instead is I'm now going to build life support here. Actually, no, I'm going to build it here. And that is going to give me 2 crew members at the beginning of next year. It is going to cost me 6 mega credits, but I'm set up so that for years 3, 4, and 5, unless I do other things, I will have enough crew to fire off a shipyard. I like that very much. That is my turn. This guy turns over a card. It is an event. Remove 1 or 2 unused crew from a station, unfit crew. So this is the thing the gym protects you against. I am in the lead. As far, at least in terms as far as the 2 of these players. So this player is targeting me, which means, unfortunately, I lose my crew member, and I'm not going to be able to fire my weapons platform this round. Also, really glad I didn't find a way of making the shipyard work, because that would have backfired on me real quick. This guy takes his turn, and he has a recycling center. He is going to build that. No, he's not. He can't afford it. He's going to discard it, and he's going to take 2 mega credits. Because he has no discounts anywhere, so he can't do that. It comes back to me, and now I'm in a really, really rubbish position, because I've spent all my money, I only have 3 mega credits left, and I don't have any crew. Which means the only thing I can do for the rest of the round is repair once. That kind of stinks, but I put myself there, so what are you going to do? There's no market to purchase from, so I can't buy any cards. I just have to deal with it and move on, so I'm passing. This guy turns over. Crew rotation. All players move their unused crew to the core module of their station belonging to the player on their left. Oh, they don't play crew rotation. Right. They only play crew rotation if they gain something from it. He would screw this guy over by taking his crew, but he would give me 2 and take 1, which means he's not gaining, so he doesn't play it. He discards it and... does he gain money for... Oh, that's so annoying. For a second there, I thought I was going to gain, but I thought the wrong bot. If it is a module, if it is an event and the bot can play it, it does. If the bot cannot play the card, it is discarded and it still gets... So yeah, it still gains 2 mega credits, even though this was an event because it didn't play it. So it's just a flat-out rule that's what happens. This guy turns over the junkyard. Send a crew member there, discard a card to gain a mega credit. I mean, they're never going to activate this because they're never going to have cards left in hand once they're operating things. He is going to build it. There is no red on the exterior of the station, so he's not going to get a discount. He's going to therefore start west. He's going to go here, 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 here. None of those 4 spots is open, so he now comes back round to the next level, and he's going to build it here. That's going to cost him all 6 of his mega... Oh, whoops. All 6 of his mega credits. And he's now broke again, which I am fine with. So that's him done. Comes back to me, I'm passing again, because I still don't have the money to do anything. This guy turns over. a shipyard. I am so happy he cannot afford to buy this. So this gets discarded because he only has 5 mega credits and no orange to build from, and he takes 2 mega credits. This character over here plays a lab. He would build that with a discount if he could, but he can't, so he has to discard it and takes 2 mega credits. Back to me, I have to pass again. I'm just holding out for any damage that comes my way. This guy draws a command center. He is going to build this. He is also going to get the discount because his core module is red, so he pays 5 mega credits to do so. And that's done. Comes around to this guy. He draws a farm. He can't afford it because he's only got 2 mega credits, so that is discarded, and he takes 2 mega credits. Back to me, I pass. Now over to this guy, he's going to start activating things. Remember, they start here and rotate and spiral out, so he's going to go here and gain 1 mega credit for doing so. And then this guy over here is also going to do that. He would go here and repair, but there's nothing to repair, which means, unfortunately, he's going to come here. I'm going to lose a mega credit and discard a card, which sucks. Is there something here I don't really want? No. I'm going to get rid of the casino, because I don't have any commercial in my Orbital yet, so it's less valuable to me. I'm passing again. This guy has an extra dude, and he's going to go here and draw a card. Comes back to this guy. He has no damage and no crew, and no cards, so he passes. It comes to me, I pass. Comes back to this guy, he now has a card again. Malfunction. Oh. Damage the same module twice. I am in the lead, he is going to play that on me, which means he is going to do double damage to my technical support. The reason for that being, he's going to start here and rotate, and so the first available point is this point, and that is technical support. So I have 2 damage on there. I only have 2 mega credits. I can't repair anything anyway, so I'm kind of done at this point. Pass, pass. He has no damage and nothing else to do, so pass. That is the end of the year. Victory points per color. He wins red again. I want points, not money. So he gets a point for red. He also wins yellow again. Okay, this guy's dangerous. Blue is over here. Green is actually still me, because I'm still the only person who's built it. Oh, no, there was no green last round, so actually I gave myself an advantage there. Now, orange, I would have won, because I have 2, but this is damaged, so I have 1, he has 1, so we share that point. Those are where my points are going. And purple, we also share. So I'm up to 5 points, he's up to 4 points. And he's up to 4 points. So I'm still in the lead, which means, unfortunately, now this round, both of them are going to target me. That's annoying. Discard the market, there isn't one. Remove and regain crew. So I don't have any crew to remove, but I am going to get 3 crew this round, because my life support gives me 2. This guy over here is going to get 1, 2, so he just gets his 2 back. And over here, 1, 2, 3. So there's 2 new crew for this bot. 7 mega credits. So I'm going to get 5, 6, 7. Now, unfortunately, I only get 8 mega credits this round because I only have 1 of each of the various colors that are in here. This guy gets 9 again because he has 2. And this guy over here now has 2 reds, so he also gets 9. So I'm at a disadvantage this round, which is extremely annoying, but such is the way the cookie crumbles. Draw cards. So I do this in player order, even when I'm playing against bots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for me, and I'm going to have to deal with that. So I have 7 cards now. There's another life support. Don't care. Well, no, don't care. The library might be nice. There's another efficiency. That could be really nice. That's going to be amazing if I can save that up and use it on a shipyard. Casino, I don't really care. And now I'm down to 5 cards. So I'm going to keep what I have here. And that's the card draw done. Remove all damage, so my damage goes away. And it's a new year, and the first player token rotates to this guy. So he's going to take his first action. and it is going to be a lab, which he is going to build. He's going to build it with a discount right here. So he is going to pay 5 to build that. Keep bumping his orbital. Okay, that's fair enough. Comes over to me. So what am I going to do? Efficiency is useless right now. I don't want that. What I would like to do is build the shipyard, but I'm not sure it's going to do me any good right now. It might... No, you know what? The faster I start getting double points, the better. So I am going to build the shipyard for 5 mega credits because I'm building it off my robotic arm. It's going to be built there. And that's my turn. This guy is going to get a garden. He is going to build that, and he is going to build it... I'm actually going to build it here. He has to build it there, actually, because he goes round until he finds the the most interior build point. So he's going to build there, and that's going to cost him 5, because it's coming off a yellow. This player is going to get living quarters, which are green. He has 6 mega credits, so he's going to build it, and the first place... He can't build here, because these would overlap. So the first place he's actually going to be able to build is right here. So he has to pay the full 6, which I'm fine with. Then it comes back to me. I'm actually going to now send 2 crew immediately to the shipyard to gain a victory point, because if somebody damages that shipyard, I can't use it anymore. And gaining victory points in this game, as you saw, 21 points in a game. So 1 victory point is quite valuable. That is my entire turn. So this guy takes his. He draws an observatory. He is going to build that, and he's going to build it here with 5 mega credits because it's coming off a blue. This guy is going to draw a docking port. So once he's built this, his build actions are going to be cheaper. He is going to build it, but he does not get it at a discount. He can't build off this, so his first build point is actually going to be here. And he's going to build that... Oh no, he can't build it! He doesn't have the money. Oh, that makes me happy. He's going to discard it and get 2 mega credits. Back to me. I have 5 mega credits left, which means I can build something off a similar colour. You know what? Because I have the efficiency card, this seems ridiculous, but I'm going to spend 5 mega credits. Or do I? No, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to build the greenhouse yet. You see, there's a really, 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 really lovely thing that I'm now thinking of doing because I have this and I have the efficiency card, which is I could upgrade to the support core module, and all of a sudden all of my support modules are immune to damage. And I'm worried that my shipyard is going to get attacked. Alternatively, I could build the greenhouse off life support, and next round I would be able to use efficiency to gain that double. No, I'm going to do that next round, and I'm going to spend 4 mega credits to upgrade to the support core module. So my core module is now orange, and the core modules are now irrelevant for the rest of the game because I'm the only one who will ever take that action. That's me done. Over to this guy. He has no cards. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, stupid. He gets another observatory. He can't afford it this time, so he's going to get rid of it and draw 2 mega credits. This character is going to draw a shipyard. Can't afford it. Discarding it. Gets 2 mega credits. Back to me. I only have 1 mega credit. There's not really anything I can do with any of that. I could play efficiency, but I don't really want to. I'm simply going to... I'm going to take a pot shot at somebody. And I'm going to shoot this guy's special strategic ops. Because it means he doesn't... Actually, he might still get to use it. We'll see how that plays out. No, I don't think he will get to use it, because he'll use all his crew up before that, and then he won't get to play it. So that means I'm not going to get forced to discard stuff and lose mega credits again, because that's been annoying me. He will repair it... Oh no, he'll repair it for free. It will force him to use that ability, but then the very next turn he will use it against me. If I did that, because they're going to go from the inside out, he would repair, then he would fire that off, then he would add 2 unused crew. to his core module. Then he would discard a card to gain a mega credit, which he can't do, so he would draw 2 cards. And then he would be able to... Okay, so his chain is not really going to be affected. This guy, on the other hand, he can't hurt me in any way. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a pot shot at his command center. It means I'm not damaging his ability to repair, but he can build for cheap here. So I'm just going to take a pot shot at that. Damage that. Now it's his turn. He builds a Galleria. This is yellow, so he's going to build it off the yellow chain he's got going here. And this is why I was worried about playing this game with my streaming setup, because it just got too big. I'm going to bring everything along this way a little bit, and hopefully not break up the pattern too much. And the reason for that is... if I bring this down a little, because I can't build up this way. He could build this way. I'm hoping he chooses not to, or doesn't get the chance. He's actually going to build the Galleria here. I'm sorry you can't fully see that, but unfortunately my setup just does not allow me to get quite that far away. Oh no, he can't afford it anyway. That's irrelevant, but I'm going to leave that. So he needs... I keep doing that. I keep thinking, oh, this is what they would actually do, but they can't afford to do it. So he gets 2 more mega credits. This character draws the Economic Crisis. All players lose half of their money, keeping the bigger half. This would be an amazing card, but they never play it. This is one of the 2 event cards that a bot will never play because it tanks them as much. And right now, I would lose nothing, and these guys would both lose 3 mega credits. So he chooses not to take that action. Actually, I'm going to move this up a little as well, because I don't think he's going to build up very much. Hopefully that's now visible, and they're now distinct enough to make a bit of sense. Comes back round to me. I pass, there's nothing I can do. This guy has a card left. He has a lab. Oops, his observatory went flying there. He has a lab, he has enough money, so he is going to build that, and he's going to build it here, because he gets the discount. So he spends 5 mega credits to do that, and has 1 left. This guy now uses... he operates, so he has nothing to repair, which means the first thing he's going to do is he's going to take this pot shot. So I lose my mega credit, and I discard a card. No one's actually doing damage, so I think this might be stupid, but I'm going to discard my emergency shelter, because I think I would rather keep the ability to increase my hand size in case I get to play it. I'm not going to compete for red in this game right now, so that's fine. I'm still passed, and I'm just passed out of the round at this point. So this guy's going to fight. He's going to go here, and he's going to gain a mega credit. This guy is then going to go, not here, not here. He's going to go here and spend a mega credit to add 2 crew. Because that's what his default is going to be. I'm passed. This guy is going to go here. Then he's going to go here and draw a card. I hate that he has that. This guy comes over here. He's going to go round. And now he comes out here. He can't discard a card to gain a thing, so he's going to go here, and he's going to draw 2 cards. Comes back to me, comes back to this guy, he now has a card, so he's going to draw the Education Center, he can't do anything with it, so he discards it and gains 2 mega credits. This guy draws his top card, it's a robotic arm. He could build it if he had anything coming off his orange, but he doesn't, so he discards it and gets 2 mega credits. Background to this guy, he is now out of the round, so he's done, except he's going to spend 2 money to repair his command center. This guy has 2 crew left. His next crew member is going to go... oh no, he has a card. Whoops. Research funds. He's going to gain a mega credit and then gain another mega credit for every science station... science module in his orbital. He has 2 science modules, which means he's going to gain 3 mega credits. I don't like how rich these guys get when you're not looking. He's going to be so rich next round. Pass, pass, back to him again. He can't go there, he can't do that, he can't do that. He's done, so he passes as well, and we go to the end of year. He's still winning on red, because he has 3. So he now goes up to 5 points. So I'll give him a 5. Yellow, he's winning on. Blue, he's winning on. Oh, good lord, this guy got dangerous when I wasn't looking. Green, I'm now tied with this guy. Orange is definitely me. And purple, we're tied again. So he's now up to 5. And I'm up to 9, and this guy's up to 7. But I'm worried about how big his station is getting. No market to discard. Remove and regain crew. So now he has 1, 2, 3 crew. This guy over here has 1, 2, 3, 4 crew. And I have got 1, 2, 3 crew. So none of us gained any crew this round. 7 mega credits plus a colour. So going in order, this player gets 7, and they're going to pick red or blue. It doesn't matter. They're going to end up getting 9. Oh my goodness, look at all that money. I'm going to put some 1s back because I'm running out of 1s. They're going to get a 5. And then they can put that lot back and get another 5. Oh my goodness, 19 money at the beginning of a round. I'm going to pick orange. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 orange, because remember, the core module does count. So I get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is quite nice. And over here, yellow or blue, doesn't matter. So 7, sorry, 8, 9, 10. I'll just do that. Okay. That is that. Then the cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll sort that out in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have to choose what I am keeping. I have 3 cards. I have a greenhouse, the library, and the efficiency card. Military command lets me build military modules for cheap, basically. Storage. At the beginning of each year, you gain 2 mega credits. Tempting. Visiting worker. Use an unused crew action of another player's station. You pay the cost in crew and money. You choose targets, and you get any cards, money, or VP generated. So I basically get to send one of my workers over to an opponent's station and use it. Now, this is the other card that the bots won't use. But I really rather like that. Especially because it would allow me to come over and either draw a couple of cards for free, or use the strategic ops to discard the card. Well, it'd be using this card. I guess I could use it on him. That's an interesting card to me. The casino, the military command, and the storage. Of those 3, I think I'll keep military command, so that what I might do is if I build that, then I am winning out on purple. Right now I'm not going to win on blue or green, which is my other 2 cards, so I think that might be my build for this round, because then I'm winning purple, unless this guy builds some purple. So that's the cards done. I would remove all damage, except there isn't any, and then we go on to year 4, and I am now the first player again. So, I think the first... Oh, I just realised my mess up. I still need to build the greenhouse, because I need to build something to give me enough... But I have time for that, and I'm only going to play efficiency once. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I can build... because I have 11. That works fine, actually. So I'm going to build... I'm going to build military command here. No, I'm not. I'm going to not... Oh, no, I'm immune to damage, so actually my shipyard's fine. I'm going to build military command here for 6. I am now winning at purple, which is nice. And that's my action. This guy over here is going to turn over sponsored repairs. Remove 1 or 2 damage markers from your station. They can't do that, because there aren't any, so they discard it and gain 2 mega credits. This guy over here draws a library. He can build a library, so he's going to build it here. Sorry, I know that's going off your screens again a little bit. Hand size is now +1. They start each year with 5 cards, so that does not affect them in any way. But it is something to build. It costs 5. This bot is not running out of money anytime soon. Back to me. I'm going to make sure I don't forget, and I'm going to build the greenhouse here for 5, which is all my money. But next round I'm going to have 6 workers, which means I can use efficiency on my shipyard to use it twice, and still have a couple of guys to run around shooting weapons at people. That's that. This character here turns over covert ops. Oh, I don't like that one bit. They can afford to build it. The question is, where is it going? It's going to go off their command center, and in actual fact, they are going to use their command center to build it because they can, so they're going to send a worker there and build it for 3 mega credits. And that I don't like, because it does damage to any module. And right now, they would still target me because I'm in the lead. This character draws an airlock, so they're going to get cheap repairs as well. Why couldn't I have... Well, no one's damaging me, but why couldn't I have drawn this? They are going to build that because they can. Technically, it would be built here because that's the first available space. I'm actually going to place it here because of my stream setup. But remembering it goes west and then circles, it would go into this space. That costs them 5 mega credits, and then it's back to me. I'm going to send somebody here... And I'm going to damage any exterior module, and its owner loses a mega credit. What do I want to damage? An exterior module. They both repair for cheaper. This guy has to deal with the fact that if they want to repair, they're actually going to use a worker to repair first. And they are getting quite a few... Oh, I just realised they had one... Hang on. 1, 2, 3... 4. Yeah, they had 1 too many. I didn't take that the worker off. Yeah, that's interesting. Because I could damage one of theirs, but and all that would do is it would be to force them to use one of their workers here. What was the last action they did? So if I don't damage something, they do this, then they do this, then they do this, then they draw 2 cards. Ah, you know what? Stopping them getting extra cards might be good. This person's only going to have 2 because they've been forced to use this guy on the command center by their build protocol. They're going to go there, and then they're going to go and draw 1 card. I'm going to place this on strategic ops, just in case for some reason I can get away with that. I don't think I will. But that's going to tie them up a little bit. This character draws another covert ops. Oh, that stinks. They can afford to build it, so they will. And they are going to build it... Oh, blast. Okay, I'm going to have to move... I'm going to make sure that this is still all visible to you. But I have to move that very carefully. This is a nightmare for streaming. Because they are going to build that here. They do not... Now, one thing I haven't touched on, actually. You can only use an operate action on a card once per year. So they do not get to do this again. It is going to cost them the full 6 mega credits. Interestingly, they are now competing with me for purple, which is worrying. Because they're my biggest threat. Currently. Okay, interesting. They still can't use them, though, because they're not going to get that far round. Interesting. I'm going to use Visiting Worker. So I get to spend... Oh, that's why I wasn't doing this. I'm going to hold on to Visiting Worker, because I'm sending these 2 guys here to get me a victory point. So I'm now up to 10. Right. That's why I was holding on to the Visiting Worker. That's why I was holding on to this guy, but I do want to take pot shots at him, because it will slow him down a bit. Okay, over to this guy. Is going to turn over Meteor Storm. Damage 1 or 2 exterior modules of a station. Gah! Okay, that is going... Actually, that's not the worst thing in the world. It is going to cause me some real annoyance, and it's going to seriously affect my score. It's going to damage 2, obviously. And it's going to start out here. It's going to damage that. It cannot damage my shipyard, so it's actually going to damage both of my purples. Actually, no, I guess technically the way exterior works, it would damage my... Would it damage my greenhouse? I think it still rotates and moves out. So it would rotate interior looking for exterior, and it finds 2. I think I'm playing that correctly. This is not a circumstance I've seen come up. I will ask the development team if that is correct, and if I am wrong, I will post that in the Klingon subtitles when I put this on YouTube. I'm not sure if it goes here and then checks all the externals, or if it follows the spiral looking for externals. I'm going to play it that way, because it specifies all the time that it starts interior and works its way out. It does also work out better for me, I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to play based on the rule that was set to me. So that happens to me and sucks. That's where the shield generator would be useful if I had one. Speaking of which, this can be played. Where is it going to be played? That is the question. Nicely, they can't build it off there. This has to be played... Boop, 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 boop. This... Oh, whoa. Okay. Hoping this works. This is my last-ditch attempt at increasing the space of this game. Because it has to be built here. So this character is now immune to meteor storms and weapons platforms, which means I can no longer shoot at him. So I'm glad I took that shot earlier in the turn. It's back to me. I can't do anything. I'm done, so it's over to this guy. And this is Uneventful Year. Oh, do they play this? They do play this. All opponents discard an event card from hand or show a hand with no event cards. Well, there's one thing I'm really, really grateful for. Because I kept Visiting Worker, I don't have to discard Efficiency, which means my victory point stays intact. So I'm going to discard Visiting Worker, and in the case of Uneventful Year for bots, they just discard the top card of their deck. And that happens all opponents, yeah. So this guy wouldn't discard anything anyway. That's a library that's been discarded there. Over to this character, they're going to try and play a Workshop. There's nowhere discounted to play it. Where can they play it? No, no, no. No, 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 I'm going on the 2s. They can play it over here. So I think that's how that works. And technically it would be the western going that way, so it would actually be up here. Sorry, that's my stand there for my second camera that we're not using, so I'll just get rid of that. So that goes over here, and they pay the full 6 for it. Which I'm okay with. You know what? I've just seen the obvious thing to do here. And that is to move... Oops, that's the core module there. That's to move my space station across. In case you hadn't noticed, this is a bit of a table hog. There we go. And then actually the space station here can then come down. If I move the discard pile and the deck down, I can actually bring these guys down to about here. And now there will be a clearer separation for a start, which is nice. And also, I can place this where it should have gone originally, because that would be the technical orientation of these guys. And hopefully that is now visible. Is that all good? Yes, there are 3 distinct stations, and I'm actually going to... I know I said that I wasn't going to move this guy, this orbital again, but I'm just going to bring it down so that I can bring that library into view. Because now I can bring this down. There we go. Jen says, this looks like it would overtake my desk very quickly, and I thought Marvel United was big. Yeah, this is a very big game. Imagine playing this with a full 5 players. Okay, that's that done. So that was his turn. So it comes back to me. I've already passed. This character here is going to play... He's going to go here with a character... just going to get my mouse out of the way. It's going to play here and gain a credit. Mega credit. Going to go here and repair the station. I've already passed. Going to go here to draw a card, which is annoying, but there we go. Going to go here, and I have to discard a card, so I'm going to lose the library that I don't really want, and a mega credit that I don't have. So actually, I kind of dodged a bullet with the strategic ops this round. This character cannot Oh, no, got a card now. Sabotage. Damage 1 or 2 modules of a station belonging to a player with more victory points than you. They will always attack me. They will always do 2 modules worth of damage. That stinks because I'm not getting any extra crew next round. My entire game just went down the tube. Because I only get 1 crew next round. I have no means of getting more. I hate that so much. Over here, this character is going to go here and pay a mega credit to gain 2 unused crew. Back to this character, they're done. There's no damage to repair, so they've passed. Over here, oh, I think I may have just lost out anyway. So we're now to level 2. Can't do that. Draw 2 cards. Oh my lord. It's his turn again. Malfunction. Damage the same module twice. Well, there's one small piece of joy, which is they can't damage my stuff because these are invalid targets, which means they're going to come over and damage over here. There's going to put 2 damage onto that. This player is now going to spend 2 mega credits, because remember they have the airlock, to repair one of those damages. Back over to this character, they have a card, so they're going to play it. Research funds. They got both of these, that's not fair. Gain a mega credit and then gain 1 for each science module in your station. They have 3, so they gain 4 mega credits and remain stinking rich. This character's going to spend another 2 mega credits to repair the last of the damage. They are now going to play... They're going to come around to this one. They're going to check the outside. And that's it, they're done. Okay, so that's the end of that year, and this is really going to hurt now. Red, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, they tie on. I don't like that one bit. So that's a victory point here and a victory point here. Yellow, this character still wins, so that's a point. Blue, they tie on. So this character's now at 10. And this character's on 8. Green, I would be winning, but this character wins it because both of mine are damaged. Orange, I win hands down, so I'm up to 11. Purple, this character now wins, also up to 11. The only benefit of that is this bot will now attack this player rather than me. Did I do all? Red, yellow, blue, green, orange, and purple? Yes. That is horrible. No market to discard. Remove and regain crew. This is going to be so painful for me. This character gets 1, 2, 3 only. This character gets... how many? Even crew that are here get removed. All crew are cleared. 1, 2, 3, 4 again, actually. So they haven't gained any crew. That's that. And I only gain 1. 1 measly. I can't even use my shipyard efficiency combo, and I literally bought the support core module to make sure I could do that. That hurts more than you can imagine. They have 3 of something, they have 3 of something, and I have 3 of something, so we're all gaining 10 mega credits. Oh, that is so painful. There's only one way I can make that work now. One measly way. That is that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm keeping them all, but I'll go over them in a minute. There's 5 for this player, and 5 for this player. Remove all damage, so all my damage comes off. Note that all the crew has been gained, so I can't gain any of this. And year 5 begins with this bot as the start player. Here are my new cards. Economic Crisis. Oh, I can play this. All players lose half their money, keeping the bigger half. I'm going to use that for sure. Cryogenic Chamber. Gives me a crew member. It's useless. Sabotage. Damage 1 or 2 modules of a station belonging to a player with more victory points than you. No one has more than me. We're tied, so that's useless. And High Risk Project. Remove 1 or more unused crew from your core module to gain a mega credit for each of them. My hand is garbage. I can do nothing remotely useful with this, and I think with that I probably just lost the game to probably this bot. We shall see. Alright, so this bot goes first. New arrivals. I wish I'd got this one. Add 2 crew to the core module of your station. Over here, a robotic arm. So orange, that is going to go over here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. And that's going to go for 5, which is annoying, so I can't tank them quite as much. Well, this is kind of worthless to me. Oh, I didn't remove all my crew. That's kind of worthless to me. Damaging, that's worthless to me. That's completely worthless to me, which means I only have 2 good cards. I should have kept the visiting worker instead of efficiency, because then I could have at least drawn more cards, or, you know, done something here to gain extra crew. Okay. Well, I'm just going to play Economic Crisis, so all players lose half their money, keeping the bigger half. So this character loses 6 mega credits, and this character loses 5 mega credits. That's my turn. Here we have an emergency shelter. That's going to get built off red if possible, which can't happen. So they're going to have to build 6. Where's this going to get built? This is going to get built here. You can't quite see that. This garden is now immune to damage. Doesn't really matter, but that's all of their mega credits, which I like. Over here, a farm. They can build it off green, so it's going to go here. And that's going to cost them 5. Back to me. I can build a cryogenic chamber. Or I can take a pot shot at somebody. I don't think that's remotely helpful in any way. I'm just going to take a pot shot at someone. No, I'm not. I'm going to wait for this character to get credits, because I can't take anything away from him right now. Do I want to just build this because I can? I may as well, right? Here's a cryogenic chamber. It's going to cost me 6 mega credits. Alright, this character is going to build a gym. Yes, they are. They're going to build it right here. No, they don't have any money. They get 2 mega credits, and I'm going to give it to them in ones because I'm about to take one of them away. This character here builds another shield generator, so I certainly can't attack them anymore. There is somewhere purple to build it, so they're going to... Oh, no, they have no money. What am I talking about? Back to me. I'm going to take a pot shot, and I'm going to damage an exterior module of this guy's... What am I going to damage? I'm going to damage their airlock, and make them lose a mega credit. Over to them, they turn over high-risk project. Remove... this is kind of fun. High-risk project, remove 1 or more unused crew from your core module to gain a mega credit for each of them. When the bot does that, they take away everybody. So he just gained bonus crew. They're all gone. Whoops. So that's 5 crew gone, so they gain 5 mega credits. Because they're a bit daft like that. Military command. That's going to get built off purple, which they can't do because they don't have the money yet. So that's 2 mega credits for them. There's nothing I can do. I don't have anyone here to remove. Efficiency does nothing because I don't get this crew member back. They just go into a reserve and I can use this again, but I don't have anyone to use it with. And sabotage is worthless because you have to use it on someone with more victory points than you do, and this player has fewer, and this player has the same number. So, rats. I guess I pass. So this player gets a command center. They are going to build that... and they're actually going to build it off your screen. So I'm just going to put it there, and they're going to build it for 5. Because it's tucked away. There's an open link that is completely... Well, actually, technically it's down here. Is where they would build it. Well, that's annoying. This player over here is going to build technical support. Yes, they're going to build that here and spend the rest of their money. I'm still past. This player now has no... They can't repair. Not that it matters in the slightest. I should have done some damage to the purple. Because I was thinking they were going to get to repair, but they never got the money to do it because of that stinking... Oh, well, that's fine. They can't repair this, though. It's damaged. Which actually gives a point to this player, which I like, because this player's behind. This player, however, still has a bunch of people to use. They can repair something, but no good. They're going to choose a player. They must lose a mega credit and discard a card. We are equal, so they choose the player on their left, which is this player, so they lose their last mega credit. Pass back to this player. They're going to do... They don't have any money to spend, so they can't use their garden to get 2 more crew. They don't have a card to discard. They are going to draw 2 cards. On their turn again, they are going to try and build living quarters. They can't because they don't have any money, so they get 2 mega credits. They are then going to try and build a shield generator. They can't, so they get 2 mega credits. And then they're back to their guys again. They can't go there. They will then... No, that does nothing. They are then going to send 2 guys here to get 2 mega credits. That would be their next action. And that is the end of the final turn. Now, I have a feeling I've probably lost royally here, but we shall see. Okay, so victory points per colour, and then whoever wins, wins. Now... Oh, no, this guy's still winning on red. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. As opposed to 1, 2, 3. So I think this bot's going to have beaten everyone, because they get 2 points for red, because remember, points double for the final year. Yellow, they are also winning, so that's another 2 points. Oh, I've been slaughtered. Blue is a tie between these 2 players. So there's 2 points and 2 points. Green is a tie between me and this player. So we're now tied, and this player is in the lead. Orange is still very much me. Oh, no, it's not. Yes, it is, because of my... No! This player's now tying because of the extra stuff. Oh, did I miss that last round? Ooh, maybe. And then purple, I think we all tie for purple, because 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 2 points there, 2 points over here, and 2 points over here. And with that, the final tally is 17 points for me, 19 points for this character, and 17 points for this character. So there we go. Very, very close. But if I had not had my crew all taken away, not only would I have got points for green, previous round, so I'd have 1 extra point, I would have been able to do the shipyard twice for 2 more victory points, and I would have scored an additional 3 and beaten this bot. So that, the Meteor Storm and whichever the other card was, that came and tanked me over here, allowed this bot to win. That is Star Scrapper's Orbital, both the peace and competitive solo versions. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope that that gave you enough of an idea of what was going on. It's a sprawling game. It's not terribly complicated, and that's what I love so much. Even with... one thing I would say with Jacob's designs, and for those of you who missed this at the beginning of my stream, this is designed by Jacob Fryxelius, who designed Terraforming Mars. And even Terraforming Mars, there's a lot to it up front, but as soon as you understand all the iconography and the flow of one turn, it's not actually that complicated, and that is true of this game as well. It is a much, much less complicated thing than it looks when you look at it like this. So yeah, that I think is a great boon of this kind of design. Hopefully that's given you an idea of whether you would like to support it on Kickstarter. A quick reminder, I'm going to bring myself up now that that has been played out. A quick reminder that up here is... Which way am I going? This way. This is the Kickstarter link to go and check it out on Kickstarter, or if you go to my link tree right here, there's a clickable link to go to it. It's on Kickstarter for 5 more days. Until 6 PM on Saturday. There are 3 Kickstarter levels that you can pledge at, besides the basic just pledge to support the project. For €32, or around $50 Canadian, you can get in on the core set, which will get you this core box, as well as the Envoys expansion, which every Kickstarter backer is getting for free. For at €55 or roughly 86 Canadian, you can get the deluxe crew set. That comes with 25, I think they call them organic glass standees to represent crew, which are really, really cool. And for €90 or 140 Canadian, you kind of get a bit more of the Star Scrappers experience, because you also get Star Scrappers Cave-In, which, as I understand it, is a really interesting sounding deck builder where your discard pile is actually a very important part of what you're building. I don't really know how that works. I've just read about it briefly on the Hexy Studio website. But it really sounds like kind of a cool concept. I would also recommend you go and check them out. I've covered their website now, so I can't see it. It's hexy.studio is their website. You can also read about Star Scrapper's Battle Drill, which looks like it might be a print and play. I'm not sure. I didn't read up on this one beforehand, but there's a little printer. Yeah, it's a 3D print and play. Print 3D and play, they've called it. So it looks like it's a skirmish miniatures war game, but when you buy it, you actually get STL files to 3D print the minis for the game yourself, which is a really, really cool concept. So bravo Hexy for doing something unusual. I really like the sound of that, actually. I do not have access to a 3D printer, and I don't know what the libraries charge, but maybe I'll have a go at that at some point. But that's the game. Orbital is the game that is up currently on Kickstarter. Here, because I'm using the box lid to store all of my parts, here is the box cover again. That's what you're looking at. And I think it's a really, really cool game. You guys have seen how it plays. It reminds me, I can't think what it's called now, but there was another, is it Among the Stars? No. There's another kind of space station builder that it gives me a vibe of, but I think I like this one better. But it's really cool. It's explorative in the sense that there's so many different combinations that you can find. And it's not necessarily like the idea that the shipyard was going to work with the efficiency event. It's not just chaining together stuff of the same color or similar, some building cards with other building cards. The cards and the events can also play off each other a little bit in a really, really cool way. So yeah, I really like it. I think it's a very, very exciting project. And yeah, hopefully that's given you guys the information to know whether you would like to jump in and support it on Kickstarter or not. Remember, as of right now, just less than 5 days from the time I'm finishing this broadcast, 6 p.m. November 5:59 p.m. to be exact, November the 21st, 2020 is the end of this Kickstarter campaign, so check it out if you are interested. In the meantime, thank you very, very much for coming along and supporting me here on Once Upon a Die. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on Twitch right now, please go to my YouTube channel. The link is in my link tree if you go there, and I'm about to share it in the chat as well. I would love to have more subscribers on YouTube. I'm behind on uploading stuff still. I keep saying that because I've got a lot of Klingon subtitles with rules edits and things to upload, but as I go, I'm putting stuff up. And this will be going up very quickly because it's a Kickstarter and I want it up there to support the campaign. Please do subscribe and hit the little bell. If you don't follow me on Twitch, please follow me here as well. And if you would like to subscribe, that would be even more amazing. But just growing my follower base would be really, really appreciated. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the bell button, and then head over to my Twitch, which is right here, and follow me on Twitch. And again, if you would like to subscribe, also amazing. But a follow would be great. And you get lots and lots of solo game content. And not just board games, I do RPGs as well. I haven't done one for a while, but I have some in my back pocket. That said, I do want to announce my next stream very quickly, because Czech Games Edition has been kind enough to send me a copy of the solo only, I think, it's 1+, but it's designed for solo play, Under Falling Skies. I have a demo copy of this, which I'm going to get to show you guys, and this stream is going to be going out on either Wednesday or Thursday of this week, so stay tuned to my Instagram to check out when that's going to be happening, and that will be a really, really cool game to look at as well. I would also like to just throw out 2 shout-outs for my fellow podcasters. I'm posting these in chat as well. Scott Moyle of Moyle's Meticulous Minis. That's M-O-Y-L-E. Fabulous miniature painter who is an excellent host as well while painting. I do recommend you check out Scott's channel, and he streams, I believe, 4 times a week for about 5 hours at a time. And also Billy over at Into the Meepleverse. That's Meepleverse. That's another board gaming channel run by Billy. And it's also a podcast run by Billy and Maggie, both of whom, all three of those, actually Scott as well, I worked with at Snakes and Lattes a while back, and we all kind of got into this streaming board game stroke miniatures content on Twitch after the pandemic and quarantine started, and we're all really, really enjoying what we're doing. And actually, if you go and check this Discord link here, which I think I can also post in chat for those who are on Twitch right now, oh, that's an old link. Sorry about that. I'm going to post the correct link. I forgot that I need to change my Nightbot. That should be the correct one. I need to change my Nightbot over. But that is a Discord for all three of our Twitch channels and other related content. So do please come over and join the community over there. We have a really good time chatting with people who've come in, and we've got quite a few conversations going with people about different projects and things like that. So come, share your love of board games, of miniatures, of painting, whatever it happens to be. And we hope to see you there. For now, my name is David Xavier. This has been Once Upon a Die, and thank you very much for joining me this evening. Keep rolling those dice until the game is done. Have a lovely, lovely week.